Ron Hennica. Mr. Hennica is a 1979 Garber grad, two-time All-State in baseball, Golden Helmet Award in football. He received a full scholarship in baseball at Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and made third-team All-American. In 1980, he was the MVP in the Kayak World Series, playing for Means Stamping. He hit 500 in the tournament, and his uniform is in the Cooperstown Hall of Fame. He was drafted in the 7th round in 1983 by the Cincinnati Reds. Minor League MVP 2 years in a row, where he was honored at Riverfront Stadium. He had a 289 average in 6 years in minor league play with the Reds and Tigers. He is a 2015 inductee in the Bay County Hall of Fame. Melissa Tacey, 1996 graduate of Garber High School, salutatorian. 7-time state medalist in Science Olympiad, including state champion in 1996. A 3-sport varsity athlete in golf, volleyball, softball, and editor of the Garber Dimension. She was a Garber and Kramer Science Olympiad coach for 6 years. The fundraising chairperson for Green Hut Charities from June 1999 to July 2010. She graduated from Notre Dame cum laude with a BS in Science Pre-Professional Studies in 2000. She was a Notre Dame Class of 2000 president, Kavanaugh Hall and Dorm of the Year in 1999 and 2000, Alumna President 2010 to present. Dow Chemical worked at Dow Chemical from 2000 to 2010 in several roles within research and development and supply chain. She was named the Electronics Business Employee of the Year in 2004. She currently works with Ecolab as Global Director of International Logistics.
Brian? Are you sitting up here the whole time? Yep. All right. And Joe Today. Mr. Today was a teacher and an athletic director for over 33 years. 25 as full-time AD. He was the 1986 Regional AD of the Year, 1993 State AD Award of Merit, 1996 Michigan AD of the Year, 1996 National High School Coaches AD of the Year, and Michigan High School Athletic Association Allen W. Bush Award, 1998 Michigan High School Athletic Association Charles E. Forsyth Award, and in 2005 he was inducted in the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, those representatives are your Hall of Fame class of 2017.
Where did this rash come from?
Hold on, let me see. Could be bed bugs.
Oh. Mom, Grant says I have bed bugs.
Let's see what the doctor says.
Introducing Covenant Virtual Care. Real-time video doctor visits, e-prescriptions, and follow-up. Now extraordinary care comes to you.
See, it's just poison ivy. Smart advanced.
Learn more at covenantvirtualcare.com.
Good evening and welcome to our pregame show sponsored by Covenant Healthcare here on BCTV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. And Mike, already week number 8.
Week number 8, Jeff. 3 homecoming games in a row for us here on Bay County TV. Saw some great halftime festivities in the first 2. We're going to see another great one today. And we'll talk about some Hall of Fame inductees out here at Essexville, Garber.
Well, it was a big pregame ceremony.
Yep.
We thought maybe they were going to get that at the front part of the halftime. They kind of surprised us with us, but we got on what we could for these wonderful inductees. But back to the game of football. We should have ourselves one great football game tonight as the Essexville Garber Dukes are going to have their hands full with North Branch.
Well, North Branch is traditionally a fairly good football team, Jeff. A little bit down on their luck this year. Talked to Coach Quill before the game. 0-7 out of the Broncos coming in. But you know what? That doesn't mean a lot to the North Branch Broncos. They're going to play, and Essexville know that these kids are going to come to play with from North Branch.
Well, we've got our groupie officials here for tonight. They seem to follow us wherever we are going. Dennis Kraft will be our white hat for the night, and this will be the 3rd time this year we've seen him, and he's going to be stuck with me next Thursday in Bridgeport, so I'll send my apologies ahead of time.
We all have our cross to bear, so I guess he has his.
When we look at the Garber Dukes. We obviously start with a big V, and that would be Van Sumeren.
Yeah, he's had a tremendous football season this year, Jeff. You just look at that young man. He's built to play the game, good-looking linebacker, wide-out quarterback. I thought I saw him selling 50-50 tickets before the game, so he is a good-looking football player. And we had a chance to see them in game one, and they look pretty good, and I know they've gotten better, and we're looking forward to seeing him again tonight against North Branch.
Well, and this is a big night for the program. Going to be a full house with homecoming, and whenever it's homecoming, there's just a little extra incentive to come away with a big win for not only those that are here, but those that have played before.
Well, it's exciting. There's a lot of things going on for the kids all week long, Jeff, and the alumni's back, and the Hall of Fame inductees. So it is a big night. It's a lot of fun. I think Garber's going to put on a very good show tonight. Weather is not going to be a problem. The track is fast, and it's nice and green. They got the big G out there, so I'm looking for good things from the Garber Dukes tonight.
Well, we'll take a quick break, and we'll come back with our weekly recap from last week's activities as our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show continues here on BCTV.
Ow, ow, ouch! My hip, my knee, my joints feel out of whack. Ow, ow, oh my! The pain, I can't take it anymore.
Back with our pregame show on BCTV, sponsored by Covenant Healthcare. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you as we do our weekly recap from Week 7. What did we have happening?
Well, Jeff, let's start out with the Mount Pleasant Oilers took on the Western Warriors and beat the Warriors 43-7. The game we did last week on BCTV, the Bobcats from John Glenn, and a tremendous win for the Bobcats, 28-24 over the Bay City Central Wolves, Jeff, in a thrilling, jam-packed contest over at Ingle Stadium.
Well, that was a fun game, and that was a tale of two halves.
Yeah.
Central dominated the first half. John Glenn dominated the second half. What's most important for the John Glenn folk is they had more points at the end of the game.
Well, they're 3-2 and 4-4 overall, Jeff. The Wolves are 3-1. They're 3-4 overall. St. Louis beat the Pinconning area Spartans, Jeff, over in St. Louis 33-12. The Pinconning Spartans are 2-4 in the league, 2-5 overall. How about those All Saints Cougars, Jeff? 48-6 over the Ondale Gagetown team, 6-0, 6-1 overall. And if they win tonight against, I think it's Akron Fairgrove, they go in next week undefeated to take on possibly an undefeated Kindy North Huron team. That will be for the league championship.
Well, and that team, after having 6 turnovers in Week 1, has rattled off 6 straight victories. Pretty safe to say they're getting comfortable with 8-man over at All
Yeah,
Saints.
that's nice to see those kids doing well. And, you might see them play Deckerville again in the playoffs, Jeff. Garber played Nouvelle last week. Nouvelle 29, Garber 18. Garber's 1-5, 2-5 overall. So that is kind of perused through last week's schedule, Jeff.
How about the Golden Helmet winners from last week?
Gold Helmet Player of the Week last week, Brandon Valier from Bay City John Glenn in that big win over Bay City Central 28-24. Brandon had 16 tackles,
Wow.
Jeff, a fumble recovery, 1 pass breakup from that safety position, so he's coming up and stopping the run. Also had 36 yards on 9 carries, and he had a really big pickup on that 3rd down. He gained 13 yards to seal the victory for the Bobcats. So Brandon did it on offense and did it on defense.
Boy, I'll tell you, in that equation, though, Joe Blong had a phenomenal game, had an interception, had 3 touchdowns offensively, really helped to lead that team. That sophomore plays with so much poise.
It was a fun game to watch, Jeff, and both teams last week very, very young. And when you look at it, in all of the Bay County schools, we got some young kids that are getting some serious playing time this year. They're going to get better as the year goes on, and I'm looking forward to the future. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, that concludes our pregame show. Back with the pregame and the band right after this on BCTV.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football.
It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And builds
strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders.
And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
Looking down on the field right now, we see young Jeremiah, who was the runaway winner in the boys cross-country game this afternoon, the Bay County meet that we did. He put on an exhibition as he ran away from the Western Warriors. Garber wins that meet by 1 point over Western. It came right down to that 7th, 8th, and 9th place finishes, and it was our first opportunity on Bay County TV to do it, and it was a lot of fun as they're waiting for the football team to come out on the field right now as the band is going to form that tunnel for them.
Well, you know, Jeff, that's really exciting. You know, beating the Western Warrior cross-country team is saying something. They've had a fine cross-country team for many years, so congratulations to the Garber Dukes cross-country team for winning that county meet.
On the girls' side, the Western Lady Warriors had a 1-2-3-4 finish on the girls' side, won by a sophomore, and Sydney Nesbitt finished in second place in that, so they really dominated the girls' portion, but the boys' portion was much more hotly contested than the girls' side, but it was great, and it was a nice venue out at Delta.
Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't get out there, Jeff. We greatly appreciate your efforts with your daughter Natalie getting out there, kind of staying with the theme that we told people that when we were coming over here to BCTV that we were going to get them all in. So we've had swimming. You did a great job on that swim meet. We've had soccer. We've had lacrosse. We've had tennis when we were over at the tennis outing over in Midland. So you know what? A lot of fun and getting to see a lot of great athletes here in Bay County.
The thing that's impressed me most, Mike, about doing all these other events is the appreciation for the people that previously got little or no attention for their sports.
Yeah, they have come up and been very nice to us, thanking us for coming over there. And we really like coming out there, and we want to give everybody a little bit of a different flavor, you know, basically football and basketball, but we're getting out there and getting everything going, so it's really nice to have people come up and say nice things and compliment us about the broadcast.
Well, it's called the wide world of high school
Yes,
sports,
it is.
and we plan on doing every sport at least one time, and again, they all work hard. They deserve that love and attention as the band is fashionably waiting for their turn to come out. And that tunnel will be then followed by our national anthem. We will take another quick break and be back with all the action. It is Garber and North Branch here in Week 8 on Bay County TV.
Lost my business in that fire. But my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. We've got 25 employees who depended on it. And that's all that mattered to me. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. Incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency. Good evening and welcome back. Moments before kickoff, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you Looks like the Garber Dukes are going to receive the ball in the second half. They'll be kicking off to North Branch, and they'll find out in a hurry what this North Branch offense is going to possess tonight against their Garber D.
Well, I talked to Coach Quill before the game, Jeff. He gave me a little scouting report on the Broncos. He told me it's going to be an offense that I am very familiar with. So we'll see if the scouting report is true.
Ball will be taken by the Broncos at the 15-yard line, up with the middle with a broken tackle. Gets up over the 30-yard line to the 31. And that is number 1. And that is Mabry. As he gets over the 30 to the 31-yard line, at that point it'll be 1st and 10 for the North Branch Club. And those Broncos are going to come out on the field. Are they going to do with the full house team?
That's what the scouting reports tell me, Jeff. So that's what I heard. So
little 6-7 drive tonight.
A little 6-7 drive with 2 and 3 trap.
Oh boy.
8-9 quick. So we'll see. But good field position for the Broncos. Jeff starting right at their own 30-yard line.
As they come out to the line of scrimmage, they have got some beef on their offensive line, that's for sure. 2 tight ends and a balanced line. Full house T in the backfield. Up under center as North Branch. Start off with a penalty flag off that first play. And a completed pass down the sidelines inside the 10-yard line, knocked out of bounds at about the 7. Nope, they're going to say him out at the 5. What is the penalty flag? And they're counting players right now.
There's a flag on the play.
We'll find out from our referee, Dennis Kraft.
Well, that was a nice way to start the football game for the Broncos, Jeff. I think, is that coming back? I'm not quite sure. I haven't seen a signal yet.
Rutledge threw a tremendous ball. He's talking to North Branch, so this might be a penalty on Garber.
Could be offsides.
Not thrown by the umpire.
Motion?
The umpire doesn't have that. He doesn't have motion.
I didn't see who threw the flag.
Oh, a little illegal participation.
Oh, okay.
So,
boy, tough break for the Broncos. Good break for the Dukes.
And the fact that that is called post snap, that's a big 15. As they'll come back to the 30-yard line. Boy, I'll tell you, they got some more of the groupies here tonight at Garber for the activity. That penalty flag. Again, Mike, the difference in this penalty flag, as an official, when I see 12 people on the field, I'm going to blow that play dead before the snap. It's a 5-yard penalty. If they let that play go on, and obviously he didn't see it until after the play started, it turns into a 15-yard penalty at the end. Al. As it'll be 1st down and 25 yards to go. But I'm going to tell you what, out of that full house tee, that's a run-oriented offense. North Branch sends a little message on that pass play.
That's a good catch, too.
Yep, that was perfectly thrown, and it went down to the 5-yard line, all for naught, as they come back to the line of scrimmage. Now look at, they spread out the offense. Trying to run the ball up the field is Rutledge. And he picks up a nice game as the tacklers on the play were led by Ben Davis, number 40. It will be a gain on the play of about 8 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 16 yards to go for the North Branch Club as we are just underway here in our first quarter, 10:45 and counting left in the first.
Well, wholesale substitutions again, Jeff, for the Broncos. Now they're going to go with the wing to the right side of the line, 2 tight ends again.
As back to pass, Rutledge, and here comes the pressure up the middle. That is number 34, Eric Fournier. He shot the gap, and he came uncovered as soon as the quarterback turned to see what was going on. That is Rutledge. He had Fournier right in his chops.
Well, yeah, that was a nice job by Fournier getting in there, Jeff. Big loss, 3rd down and 24 for the Broncos. I'll tell you what a big start. Get the penalty, takes them all the way back. So good defense by the Dukes, 3rd and long. Broncos probably going to punt, and Dukes come away with good field position.
Well, if they can make a good stop here on 3rd down, they should be in a very good spot And I'll tell you, as a head linesman on your end of the field, there's so many people coming on and off. It makes it tough to do that count. You usually try and say 3 on and 3 off, but they're coming at staggered times. So Rutledge with a handoff up the middle. There's a nice gain on the play, but way short of the first down, not even back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down and 15 yards to go after that run.
Vogler in on the tackle, Jeff, for the Dukes. But again, nice job. Big break for the Dukes on that penalty, and they're going to get good field position back for the Essexville Garber Dukes. Looks like Van Sumeren to receive the punt at his own 38-yard line.
Well, he does it all. So
sure does.
He can make that happen too. Little rugby-style kick, and that goes down, and that takes a huge roll for North Branch. That is the beauty of that style kick. You normally get a great yards after it hits the ground. That'll come all the way down to the 33-yard line. At that point, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Essexville Garber Dukes.
You think they're going to try to keep it away from Van Sumeren and win their punt tonight, Jeff? That sounds like what they're going to do. And we go back to last week with Houston and Washington for the Bay City Central Wolves. They did not kick the ball to those two young men, did the Bobcats. It really was a big part of their game plan last week.
Yeah, they did not want to get that ball kicked off to Washington. Every time he even tried to move, they found the other side of the field for him. 1st and 10 with Van Sumeren in motion. On the quarterback keeper, trying to come around the corner with a nice gain, 1st down and more, splitting through the defense. And that is Breidenbaugh. That play is so nice because you fake to Van Sumeren and all the linebackers' eyes flow right to the football. The safety flows to the football, thinking Van Sumeren's going to get it. Breidenbaugh has a nice gain on the play up over midfield. 1st and 10, Garber Dukes.
Taken out of bounds by Caden Mater and the Broncos, not before they get into Bronco territory, Jeff.
Here's a quick pass and a nice seam route. The Garber Dukes have got the 1st down and more. Down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It looks like Reinke. What a perfectly thrown ball by Breidenbaugh.
Yeah, Friday in on the tackle, Jeff. A nice job by the Dukes starting out. 2 big plays down inside the red zone. 1st and goal to go for the Dukes at the North Branch 9-yard line.
Boy, I'll tell you, they've got it all spread out with an empty backfield. Breidenbaugh coming to the near side of the field, throws that thing in the corner of the end zone, and it's knocked away by the North Branch defense. Back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 3 receivers, all in too tight an area there for my liking. They drew all the defensive players into the corner.
Yeah, Van Sumeren was in the corner, Jeff. They couldn't get him the football, but he's going to draw a crowd, so he's kind of going to could be a decoy on some of these plays in the red zone.
2nd down and goal just inside the 10. Breidenbaugh on the outside. He gets Van Sumeren, puts a move on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's into the end zone. It's a Garber Duke touchdown.
So much I know, but you know what? Get him out there one-on-one, and he's tough to bring down. He's a big kid, and he's got great moves.
Boy, he looked like DeVell Washington last week in the first half. You put one move on that defender, and they are doing the penguin walk as those pants go right around their ankles.
Where did that come from? The penguin walk.
That's what happens when you're a DB and you're out there all by yourself and you grab air.
Yeah, that's a nice way to start for the Garber Dukes, Jeff, here on homecoming night. 8:25 to go in the first quarter. Good positive things happening for the Dukes. They're up 6-0.
The attempt for 2. Follows his 2 lead blocks. 2-point conversion is good. Time out on the field with 8:25 left in our first quarter of play. The Garber Dukes 8 and the North Branch Broncos nothing. Back in a minute here on BCTV. AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested service. We provide many types of transportation services, from non-emergency medical, wheelchair accessible, school transport services, and shuttle services. Our company strives to provide exceptional service to our customers. Our services are tailored to each person or company's specific needs. For the last 10 years, we have pushed the mark higher and higher to give the best service possible. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine. Back here on BCTV, Jeff Doan and Mike Guasdala along with you. North Branch makes a statement, gets it called back because of a penalty, can't recover. Garber gets great field position, takes advantage, touchdown, 2-point conversion.
Was that 3 plays to go for that touchdown, Jeff? What a nice job. Good, a great start for the Essexville Garber Dukes.
Another high, deep end, over end kick, going to be taken about the 10-yard line. Trying to come to the near side of the field in chase formation. And he'll do just what he did the first time, gets just over the 30-yard line, as that is the same gentleman as before, Hayden Mabry. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Broncos of North Branch. They'll officially spot this at the 32-yard line.
Good tackle on by number 52, Jeff Jacob Garwick for the Dukes. But again, good positive starts for Coach Quillard and his Garber Dukes. And again, North Branch coming away with good field position at their own 32-yard line. 8:17 to go here in the first quarter.
Boy, the D coordinator, Scott Peterson, after that first play, made an adjustment on the defense. Very, very sound the rest of that first series. We'll see what happens on series number 2. Motion to the near side of the field. Trying to go with a little quick trap off of the fake to the jet sweep to the near side of the field for a modest gain of maybe a yard on the play, and that's Hunter Murphy. He's brought down by the defensive interior line, including number 78, Jacob Mannion.
Sarchek was also in there, Jeff. Gain of about 2 on the play, but again, we've talked about it all year. Good penetration at the point of attack, breaking down the play. And you know, when you've got that 2 tight ends in the balanced line, there's really, you know, they're pretty much a run football team, so they're focusing in on that. Look all the blue uniforms within 5 yards of the football.
Got the double wing now with motion to the wide side of the field. That is number 27, Logan Rutledge. He steps out of bounds as he gets up over midfield. And they're going to mark him down at the 48-yard line of the Garber Dukes. Rutledge got outside in a hurry.
Well, when you get outside like that, Jeff, there's not a lot of people in there out there because you got everybody so jammed up on the inside. But that's part of the T offense and running it wide like that. So a nice pickup by the Broncos, getting into Garber territory. 7:28 left to go in the first half. Nice start by the Dukes. They're up 8-0.
Up to the line again. They've abandoned that 2 tight end and a balanced line full house T. Double wing with a fullback now. Motion to the wide side of the field. Hand off to the fullback up the middle. And that is Murphy, the ball carrier. Hunter Murphy, or Murphy Hunter, excuse me, as he ends up just having about a 4-yard gain on the play, but he just looks like a little low to the ground, built fullback style.
It looks like a fire hydrant, Jeff. Hard to bring down. Mogler in on the tackle for the Dukes. But again, a nice game for the Broncos. 2nd down and 5. Again, we've talked about it a lot. Kind of opens the playbook a little bit when you get that 1st down and 5 and you got 2nd and 5. You might be able to run it again, or maybe throw a pass out there if you got confidence in your quarterback.
You have options indeed. 2nd, we'll call it 6 yards to go. Motion again to the wide side of the field. Little counter action coming to the near side of the field. The Bobcats give up, contain around the corner, trying to tiptoe down the sidelines. And out of bounds at the 26-yard line. And that is Hayden Mabry. As again, the Garber Dukes gave up, contain, and once Mabry turned the corner, he was able to head upfield for a substantial gain.
Little fake to the fullback, Jeff. Then, like you said, that little counter, and they were supposed to probably go off the 7 hole, but went outside and knocked out of bounds by number 1, Jacob Denham, but not before the Broncos picked up another 1st down. Stops the clock.
In this defense, against this kind of an offense, your 2 defensive ends are your key players. Yep. They must go upfield 1 or 2 steps and contain so that they don't lose it. Trying to go to the wide side of the field. It's kind of a modified jet sweep to Rutledge. Rutledge gets the 1st down and more. He's down inside the 15-yard line. They're going to officially mark him down right at the 10-yard line. Move the sticks again. Another 1st and 10 for North Branch.
Did not see who made the tackle that time, Jeff. There's a timeout on the field, Garber.
We'll take a break and one as well and be back in a minute here on BCTV.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Touchdown, Falcons.
Back out of the timeout as you see the Garber Duke defense heading back out on the field. Scott Peterson talking to his defense saying, we cannot give up contain on the outside. We've got the middle contained pretty well. Got to make sure that our DNs go upfield and pinch to bring everything back in. You get out to that 8 and 9 position, and that's a lot of wide open real estate.
Jeff, Broncos got a little bit of speed, too, on that football team.
Rutledge with the handoff to the fullback up the middle. The little guy's down, sniffing the goal line. He's into the end zone. It's a North Branch Bronco touchdown. Wow, that was an impressive answer for the drive for the Broncos from North Branch. We could have an old-fashioned shootout at the OK Corral tonight.
Well, you know what? That wouldn't be a bad thing, Jeff. Nice drive by the Broncos. Took a few minutes off the clock. 8:18 to go in the first quarter. Garber's 8 and the Broncos 6. Going to try for the extra point.
Extra point will be attempted by Coy. Kick is up. It's plenty long, and it's good. Time out of the field with 6:18 left in our first quarter of play. It's Garber 8, North Branch 7. Back in a minute here on BCTV.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance for his new car. In 1947, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson in 1979. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency. Back here on BCTV. Coach Quill on the sidelines. Coach Quillard, I finally figured it out here in week 8. We made it happen. Joe Today just out in front of us, the longtime athletic director, and his wife many years doing my taxes as well. That is just
I don't know she could count that high.
Oh, she can count that high.
Wow.
She can count
She can count 6 figures?
She can count to 10 fingers. As he's one of the special inductees tonight. Also one of those inductees, at least, is in the Bay County Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Ed Harvey, Jeff, was going in tonight. Quentin Kramer, Melissa Tacey, and Ron Hennica. So a lot of familiar names going into the Garber Hall of Fame.
Here's the ball taken by Denham at his own 12-yard line. Comes upfield, he's over the 30. Makes another person miss up to the 37-yard line before he's brought down. Nice return that time as he was finally brought down on the play defensively. It looks like Hunter Murphy with that tackle.
Good field position to start their second possession, Jeff. Dukes will start at their own 37-yard line. But again, nice job by Denham getting out there, getting in some space, and giving a good starting spot for the Dukes.
Up to the line of scrimmage they come. Motion now to the near side. Play kind of was thrown off of balance and out of sync just a little bit as that low snap altered everything on the timing of that play. And losing about a yard on the play was the quarterback for the Essexville Garber Dukes, Breidenbaugh.
Tackle was by number 53, Lawson Rutledge, a sophomore for the Broncos. They're going to call it a loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 12 for the Dukes.
Another low snap, double pump, thrown to outside, and that is right between Denham and Van Sumeren. That one kind of hit no man's land, and Denham tried to get up for it. Van Sumeren couldn't come back to it. I think he overthrew Denham.
Well, yeah, I think you're right, Jeff. And Jacob's got some hops. We've seen him in basketball. He just couldn't go up and get that one. Van Sumeren also had a shot at it, but it falls incomplete. 3rd down and 12 for the Dukes at their own 34-yard line.
They're going to run trips here to the near side of the field, see if they can make something happen. Taking some time out of the pocket. Van Sumeren with the catch. He makes the first couple people miss, and look at him fight forward. He's going to pick up the first down with a very determined run. He was stopped 5 yards short of the first down, Mike, and he willed himself to that first down mark.
There's no doubt when he caught that ball, Jeff, he was going straight forward. He wasn't going to dance around. He knew he had a smaller defender on him, so he says, you know what, I'm just going to run you over. I'm going to get that first down. Nice job staying in bounds also.
He tiptoed the sidelines, that's for sure. Breidenbaugh again back, and they're going to throw another slant pass, and that is complete. Once again, Essexville Garber Dukes That looks like Peterson was that, Brent Peterson on that reception. Breidenbaugh's really got it zoomed in here on those little quick ins.
Nice job by Breidenbaugh, the quarterback, getting that right on the money, Jeff. You know, you just got a little area to throw that into, but it was a frozen rope and hanging on the ball. Another big first down for the Garber Dukes.
That little skinny post, he's run to perfection a couple of times already tonight. Motion now coming to the near side of the field. Van Sumeren gets it in space. He makes a couple of people miss, runs over the next and gets down to the 10-yard line. I'm going to tell you what, from week 1 to week 8, I'm going to tell you what, he is bigger, stronger, and faster than we saw in week 1, and he was a great athlete in week 1.
Well, brought out of bounds by Lucas Perry, another sophomore linebacker, Jeff, for the Broncos. But you're right, when he gets it, he's just going straight for it. He's not dancing around anybody.
He made the first person miss, and then he just buried it after that. Breidenbaugh right up the middle. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's into the end zone. It is another Garber Duke touchdown. Wow. Anything you can do,
I can do better.
Wow. Back and forth they go. This game may come down to which team converts their extra points. As Garber goes for 2 points, if they can continue to get the deuces, then that extra point that the North Branch Broncos kick will be null and void.
Yeah, that's another nice drive, Jeff, by the Garber Dukes, putting up another 6, up 14-7.
Looks like the try for the extra point is going to be right near the goal line and going to fall just short and is no good. Timeout on the field late in our first quarter with 4:53 left in the first. It is 14-7. The Garber Dukes on top over North Branch. Back in a minute on BCTV.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Back here as we take a peek at the Garber Band, who put on a nice pregame show again. We've seen some good bands this year.
We've seen a lot of good bands, Jeff. Everybody doing a nice job. Always fun to watch the bands here in Bay County.
There's going to be another kick. Looks like Mabry's going to get this one at his 13-yard line. Up over the 30. He gets to the outside. He's got some real estate. As he gets thrown out of bounds, it will be around midfield, and they're going to get an extra 15 at the end of that play.
Yep.
As the tackle continued well out of bounds, they threw him into the seats over there and the bench. And that is going to move the ball down from the 50 to the 35-yard line and create a short field for the Broncos.
Jeff, got to say a couple thanks. We'll say some of them all night long, but I want to thank the Garber Booster Club for their support tonight. Dave Schwartz, the athletic director, Tim Hoffman, the principal, and Matt Cortez, the superintendent here at Essexville Hampton Public Schools. Thank you for your support, giving us great seats, and we certainly appreciate you having us in your backyard.
Well, and I was talking with the Booster Club president, Chris, before the game tonight, and they got a substantial donation to allow them to get that fryer, and they're going to have their own
French fries.
Frenchies.
Yeah.
So that was a great gift. They're going to be able to utilize that at a lot of other sporting events. So that is going to be something fun. So congratulations, Chris. Put in a lot of hard work to make that happen. Jet sweep coming to the near side. Mabry, he gets around the corner. He picks up a block. He's at the 10, cuts back inside. Finally brought down by backside help. Not until he gets down to the 7-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the North Branch Broncos.
Ben Davis got him out of bounds, Jeff, but this is a lot of scoring going on. Do we have another flag on the play? Referees are talking, not sure what's going on.
Holding on the offense, and I'm looking for the flag.
The flag's right there on the 20-yard line on the 2, Jeff. You can see it from here.
All righty.
So tough break for North Branch. They're going to go back.
As that will be Mark 10 yards back from the spot, move it back to the 29-yard line, where it's going to bring up a first down and 5-yard to go situation.
What a holding downfield on that long run, Jeff. Big break for the Garber Dukes right there. 4:27 to go in the first quarter. Garber 14, North Branch 7.
Boy, both teams have had, this is the third possession of the ball game for North Branch. 1 score, 2 scores of the 2 possessions for Garber thus far in the ballgame, and we've still got a chunk of the first quarter left.
We're going to see a Donnybrook is like what we like to say.
Double wing with a fullback, and we've got somebody lined up in the neutral zone.
Yep, Garber.
And boy, that is just something that you cannot afford to do. I know you come to the line. I know you've got a lot on your mind, but the first thing you've got to do when you line up is look left to right, see where that pigskin's at, and make sure you're behind it.
Yeah, they went back 10. Now they gave them a free 5, Jeff. And, those are those unforced errors that give all coaches those gray hairs or no hair. Sometimes you're just pulling it out, trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, it's enough to move the sticks, and it's a 1st and 10 for North Branch. As they run that jet sweep to the right side, Rutledge again. We've got another penalty flag down. And that is going to be more than likely another holding.
Wow.
Maybe that's a good reason why they're able to get around so freely around the corner.
Maybe so.
At the point of attack, they're trying to hold or pinch in that defensive end. And that penalty is going to come from the spot of the flag, probably very close to the line of scrimmage. They'll back it up 10 yards, and it's going to be first down and about 20 yards to go for the Broncos as they've really shot themselves in the foot here in the first. That's the 3rd penalty that I can think of that they've had. One of them cost them a 55-yard pass.
You're absolutely right, Jeff. In this one, you go forward, you go back, you go forward. Now you're going back again. And those are the type of things that make it a tough year on your football team.
This is certainly, when you've got to work for those extra 5s, it'll be first down and officially 18 yards to go. Rutledge up under center, motion again to the wide side of the field. Hand off to the fullback up the middle, Rutledge to Rutledge, as he picks up maybe a couple of yards on the play. As the defense interior for the Garber Dukes was stellar, led by, amongst others, number 50, Osarzak.
Osarzak's had a nice football game tonight, Jeff. He's been in on a lot of plays from his defensive line position. And he's been in a lot of tackles. 257, really one of the slower first quarters that we've had this year, Jeff, but we've had some scoring going on. So 14-7, Garber Dukes over the North Branch Broncos. Tri-Valley contest.
Tri-Valley East as they go back up the middle of the fullback. He bangs forward, and he picks up yardage back to the first original start point and maybe got another yard or two. But Rutledge, that kid runs very, very low to the ground. He is built like a little fire plug.
Yeah, he's tough to see behind those linemen too, Jeff. The Broncos have a nice big offensive line, so when he's kind of small and back there, he's tough to pick up.
He's kind of Barry-esque the way he sits back there. He doesn't make a lot of jukes and moves. He pretty much just puts the strap on and heads forward, hoping that he can hide for a second behind one of those big dogs on the offensive line. Boy, I'll tell you what, that's a meaty offensive line for the North Branch team.
They got a couple bookend tackles right there, Jeff, about 600 pounds worth of humanity.
Trying to come to the near side. Much, much better contained job that time by number 14, Josh Reinke. Didn't make the tackle, but he certainly let his friends flow to the football.
Well, they made the runner cut back inside to all the blue jerseys, Jeff.
Timeout on the field, North Branch. We'll take a break and be back right after this on BCTV.
Over the years, he's put his heart into being your dad. He was always there to fix things. Now that he needs help, don't lose hope. Covenant Center for the Heart is leading the way in minimally invasive heart options for inoperable or high-risk patients. With the first and most comprehensive structural heart disease program in the Great Lakes Bay region. It's extraordinary heart care, close to home.
Back here in our timeout as they are honoring the cross-country team from Garber, who we saw earlier compete and beat Western by 1 point. That is what you call the slimmest of margins.
Nice victory for the Garber Dukes over the Bay City Western Warriors, Jeff, and congratulations getting into the cross-country game, too.
Back to pass. Rutledge right over the middle. A pass in and out of the hands of the receiver. That was intended for Mabry. And I think Mabry might have had a little bit of alligator arms there because as he stretched out for that ball, he knew he was about ready to get tattooed.
Well, Jacob Denham was about ready to tattoo him, but then he also had an opportunity for the interception. Just missed it, dropped the ball, stops the clock with 1:36 to go in the first quarter, Jeff. But again, a nice pass. But again, you're right. When you hear those footsteps, those arms get a lot shorter.
Ball goes over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Garber Dukes as they are going to go back on offense. As Van Sumeren's going to turn into a lead blocker now. Breidenbaugh comes upfield, and he's going to pick up 14 yards on the play out to the 37-yard line. Finally brought down defensively by Mabry, and also number 23 on the play, Nathan Farnsworth.
Yeah, Nathan did a nice job there, Jeff. But again, another positive first down for the Garber Dukes. Big pickup for Garber.
Garber goes quick on offense, too, so that they're not going to allow the defense to set up. Nice job of pulling forward for the first down and more.
Oh, he almost lost it.
Bang, and down the field. You're right. He almost had the mail stripped. That was number 9, Manny Jopic, as Manny did a nice job. And again, a little hurry up for Garber trying to catch the Broncos off guard.
North Branch territory.
Wow, bunch formation with quads to that far side of the field. And the defensive lineman, Logan Rutledge, came from the inside out and was able to make a tackle. Still about a 3-yard gain on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 7 as we're finally down to the last minute of our first quarter of play.
Again, the Rutledge doing a nice job, Jeff. He's been in on a lot of plays, but Van Sumer, man, when he gets that ball, he's got one thing on his mind, going
Triple
forward.
Stack as they've got Jopic again. He gets down inside the 30, down to about the 27-yard line. Breidenbaugh really is feeling comfortable with that little skinny post play. And with 49 seconds left, North Branch has to make an adjustment. They'll take a timeout. We'll take one as well and be back in a minute on Bay County TV.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Back here on Bay County TV, serving the Bay community, Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you. Jared and Natalie Doan running the cameras. And our maestro sitting to our left, producer and director Nick Page. As we looked at the North Branch sideline for a minute, they had to call their second timeout and try and right the ship as Garber's offense has just been highly efficient. Van Sumeren with a nice comeback route. He's down inside the 15. He just lowers the boom on the corner. And I'll tell you what, that kid wanted nothing to do with Van Sumeren. He says, I just think I got hit by a train there, and that was Nathan Farnsworth.
Well, you know, he's not going to dance around you, Jeff. And he knows he's got a mismatch out there, so he's just going to try to run over you.
Well, and when they play soft like that, too, things happen. The referee with the penalty flag, was everybody set for a full second before that play took off? Delay of game on the offense. That was a quick 25.
I'm not quite sure about that one. That didn't seem like 25 seconds.
He didn't even put the ball on the play yet. He just started to put the ball on the play.
Wow. Wow. It is the signal delay. Pump fake going forward. Breidenbaugh's at the 5-4-3. Puts his shoulder down. He's down to the 1-yard line. Not into the end zone, but it's going to be enough to move the sticks, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. Breidenbaugh is showing us some prowess to run the ball tonight, and he comes up gimpy.
Yeah, he's got a bad wheel right there, Jeff.
And that's not good. That could get us to the end of the first quarter, and they'll have a chance to figure it out. Van Sumeren might need to run the shotgun for a play to get him into the end zone at the end of the first quarter of play. It is the Garber Dukes 14 and the Broncos from North Branch 7. We'll take a break and be back right after this on Bay County TV. AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested service. We provide many types of transportation services, from non-emergency medical, wheelchair accessible, school transport services, and shuttle services. Our company strives to provide exceptional service to our customers. Our services are tailored to each person or company's specific needs. For the last 10 years, we have pushed the mark higher and higher to give the best service possible. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine. Back ready to start the second quarter. We're going to look at the brain trusts on the field. The officials talking things over. And I'll tell you, those officials, that's about the worst thing that can happen to an official, Mike, is to have that quarter end on the 1 yard line. Right, everybody's got a dipsy-do 98 yards to the other end of the field. They said, man, why couldn't, he'll say to the line judge, I think he might have touched the goal line on that. We didn't have to come 98 yards, did we?
So they get their workout in, Jeff.
They got their workout. They'll be talking about that at the halftime again. It looks like Bryden Baugh's shaking off his injury. A quick pump fake on the skinny post. We had some contact, and we're going to get a penalty flag, and that'll be half the distance to the goal line, and that'll take him down to about 8 to 9 inches away from the goal line. And the jumbo package comes in.
Oh, yeah, look, the big fellas are coming in, Jeff. Nice job recognizing some of the student athletes earlier during that timeout, the cross-country team, some of the volleyball players. So, again, nice job recognizing the student athletes here at Garber.
Josiah Morse, I'll tell you what, that kid put on a clinic today. And he led from the first step to the last step. Nobody touched him. He took off fast, and he never slowed. Here we go. Bryden Baugh, he's into the end zone. It's a Garber Duke touchdown.
That was Van Sumeren, Jeff.
Oh, Van Sumeren did it.
Yeah.
As he got into the end zone, as Bryden Baugh had a little bit of a gimp going, so they did this switcheroo, and they put the road grader in there.
When you're that close, there's no doubt about it who's going to get the football right there.
And Van Sumeren's had just enough activity as he's going to follow his two lead blocks. He bangs forward. He's hit at the 2 yard line. He falls forward. He bowls his way into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good. Time on the field with 11:52 left in our first half. 22-7. The Garber Dukes are alive and well here on week number 8. Back in a minute on BCTV.
How's married life? Are you ready to have a baby? Baby. How about that baby? Ooh. I'm not getting any younger.
When you are ready. With the only neonatal intensive care unit in the Great Lakes Bay region, Covenant is the safest place for your delivery. Go to mycovenantbaby.com.
Back here on BCTV as we look at that Garber bench right now, and they continue to talk about what they're doing right offensively in that football game. And boy, what an explosive first quarter and 8 seconds of this football game for the Essexville Garber Dukes as they've been able to make it happen. They're in a position to be kicking off once again.
Wow.
As they'll kick that ball deep to Mabry again. As Mabry gets it at his own 10-yard line, tries to come upfield. He's slowed down, and we're going to have a penalty flag down on the play as he gets up over the 30 to about the 37-yard line.
You know, you look at this North Branch team, Jeff, they've got some good football players. They've got some speed. They've got some size. But, you know, this must have been the way the season has been going for the Broncos, just killing themselves with little mental mistakes at times when you just can't do that.
And I look over on the sidelines, and the Broncos head coach is slightly spirited, I should say, as we speak right now. And
is he having a spirited conversation with his players?
He's having a spirited conversation with the 5 and Stripes right now. He is not happy with the game, the way that it is being officiated. And He better be careful over there because they have a quick way of deflating overly spirited.
Well, it's called a yellow flag if I remember correctly.
You get 2 hankies for that, and you will miss the rest of this game, and you won't even be in the stands next week for Week 9, and that's not something that you want. As the Broncos Rutledge up under center. They're going to hand that ball off. Nope, they're going to take it around the end. Looked like the fullback was going to get it out in the open field. Look at the speed flying down the field. It looks like Josh Boyne as he is going to go into the end zone. It is a North Branch Bronco touchdown. Boy, everybody thought that Rutledge was going up the middle with that. And it was
there another flag down? Well, there is another flag down.
And they're going to have a penalty and going to bring this one back. And again, that one is way back here at the 31-yard line. Again, when you have these penalties, Mike, and you see somebody take off and go downfield, there's usually a good reason why they're able to turn the corner that freely. Somebody's being held up and not allowed to get to the corner.
Well, I didn't see it. What happened, Jeff. I was kind of looking downfield, but again, another tough break for the North Branch Broncos. And there goes another late flag right there by the official, unsportsmanlike conduct.
And I know who that's going against.
I think you're absolutely right. So that's going to go back another 15 yards, and that is going to push the Broncos way back, and another tough break for North Branch.
So you bring it back to this point, and now you mark off the penalty, and then you have a dead ball.
Right.
And you've got the unsportsmanlike conduct. They're going to back this thing up to the 10, and then they're going to go half the distance again.
Jordan Tice to the press box.
Unless that was the
I think that's,
both penalties marked off.
Yep.
And now I'm going to tell you one thing. If you're the head coach from North Branch, you better have the get-back coach and your assistant coach right next to you to make sure that you're squelched. Because if we get another bench unsportsmanlike conduct, who gets to serve that? That one is on the head coach, and that's going to send him bye-bye. So really, you're put on a short leash. That first one is more important than the second one because you're on notice.
Well, Josh Boyne tried to get outside, Jeff, but no go for the Broncos. Boy, just tough breaks for the Broncos. No gain on the play, 2nd down and 20. And another tough break. Penalties. And when you look at what's going on, this might have been the modus operandi for the Broncos all year long.
Boy, I'll tell you, I haven't officially counted, but they got to have 75 yards of penalties, and they've got to take away at least 175 yards of offense.
Yeah, absolutely correct. No doubt about it.
As Rutledge is up under center, he's got that single back again. Trying to come to the wide side of the field. Much nicer job that time of holding things up. As that was Logan Rutledge. As Logan gets back upfield, and he is up to the 20-yard line, back to where the original line of scrimmage is. It'll be 3rd down and 10. When you see the defense flow to the football like Garber did, you know they're being able to fly freely to the football. They're not being held.
Yeah, that was a nice job by the Dukes, getting a lot of helmets to the football, Jeff. 3rd down and a long 10 for the Broncos. 9:50 and counting to go here in the first half. The Essexville Garber Dukes up on homecoming night, 22-7 over the North Branch Broncos.
This has been a long one for the first half. I'll tell you, long first half.
Oh, yes, it has.
Lots of action, though, as the Garber Dukes find themselves comfortably on top at the moment, 22-7. Rutledge back to pass. He's got time, and now that gap closes in a hurry. Big number 56. It looked like Mike Dalzell.
Number 56, Mike.
Yeah, nice job by Dalzell going down there and wrapping up the legs, Jeff. It's going to be 4th down and a country mile for the Broncos. They will punt it away, and the Dukes will come away with outstanding field position going back for the Dukes. The familiar number 20, Ben Van Sumeren, the senior, and he'll come away just on the other side of the 50, Jeff. They're going to come away with great field position.
And what you need to do as a defense, when they've got that, what we call kind of the Australian rules football kick, you've got to come upfield as your DNs and keep him from being able to take 4 or 5 steps, because that ball hits the ground, you're going to get an extra 15 yards a roll most times.
Well, if they're smart, they're going to kick it away from them. They're not going to let them even get this thing.
There's off the side of the foot. And that does take a little bit of a bounce, but Van Sumeren smart. He says, I'll see that at the 46-yard line of North Branch, and we'll take it at first down. So that is a 31-yard kick with no return. That's really not too bad when you look at the net average on it.
Not too bad at all, but you don't want to kick the ball to him, Jeff. He's just too good of a football player, and like we've been saying the whole game, he isn't going to go around you. He is going to go through you.
He is a weapon in all facets of the game indeed.
North Branch territory, first and 10 from the 46.
So with a short field to work with. Breidenbaugh back again. They run that skinny post just in and out of the hands, and very fortunate there was no flag at the end of that play, as Hosington just had that thing go off his fingertips. The ball sailed just a little bit on Breidenbaugh, but that could have very, very easily been an extra 15 at the end of the play.
Yeah, that was very, very close to a late hit right there, Jeff, and good no call, I think, by the referee.
There's a pump fake on the outside, just overthrowing Van Sumeren again. Last two passes by Breidenbaugh. A little too much energy with those passes, and they're sailing a little bit.
Yep.
And it will bring up a 3rd down and 10. He had 2 open receivers.
Yeah, a little bit too high on both passes, Jeff. But overall, Breidenbaugh has had a very nice football game tonight, passing the football, and he's doing a nice job keeping the football, getting positive yards when he's running.
Van Sumeren to the outside, double slot, and they got twins to the wide side of the field. They got this defense spread out all over the place. Breidenbaugh with a nice toss, and Van Sumeren knew exactly where the sideline was at, made sure he cradled the ball, got both feet in bounds, and then fell out.
Well, and he also knew where the first down was, Jeff. He had to get just to about the 36-yard line. He got down to about the 34.
Do we got a penalty flag?
Yep, it looks like we do have a penalty flag. Holding.
Preliminary indication is holding. So this has been a penalty-filled first half for both teams.
Those boys are going to have to get those flags washed tonight. Mama's going to be a little upset when they get them.
Mama's going to be up late with the Tide stick out.
I'm a Purex guy.
That Tide stick will take anything out, though. They're going to try the pump fake. As Breidenbaugh comes up the middle of the field, he picks up a nice gain on the play. It is going to be a 4th down and about 11 yards to go as they get back near the original line of scrimmage. And at 4th down, probably thinking they're going to try and punt the ball. But I don't see that from Coach Coke-Willard.
No, looks like he's going to go for it, Jeff. We got 7:47 and counting to go in the first half. The Dukes are up 22-7. Defense has been playing pretty good. North Branch has kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit, but the Essexville Garber defense has been playing fairly well tonight.
Here we go on 4th and 10. And we're going to have timeout. Garber, as they talk things over right now to make certain they're calling the right play. We'll take a break and be back in 1 moment here on Bay County TV.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Ben, please.
Wow, you can talk to your app? That's pretty cool.
Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
no, I'm fine, thanks.
It's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great. Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency. Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you, Jared and Natalie Doan, running the cameras tonight, and Nick Page producing and directing our show. That's our BCTV family, fresh off watching the Garber Dukes in that male cross country Bay County championship today out at Delta College.
Well, you know what, Jeff? Like we promised when we started doing this, we're going to get them all in, from cross country to swimming, lacrosse, and everything else. So they're starting to pass around the 50-50, so we're going to have to get
Gwiz
some.
Wants some. He wants some on the back end as that pass is just overthrown. I believe it's intended for Peterson, and it falls incomplete. And that's going to give a short field to the Broncos. as if that pass is on target. Again, 3 of the last 4 passes have sailed on Breidenbaugh, as he could have had himself a nice first down, but the ball will get turned over on downs, and it'll be 1st and 10 for North Branch as we are coming up on the midway point of our second quarter of play. 7:25 left in our first half of play.
Yeah, just a little bit floaty on those passes, Jeff, and we look at Old Glory down there on the north end zone, and I will tell you what, she is standing still, not a wisp of air out here in Essexville Garber tonight.
As they go up to the line of scrimmage, 1st and 10. Motion to the wide side by Mabry, and look at the linebacker filling for the Garber Dukes, not allowing that fullback. And that is number 27, Logan Rutledge, and he is stuffed by the inside backer, Osarzak. Stuck him right at the line of scrimmage.
Zarzak hit him low and Gorski hit him high, Jeff, and he came in and just lowered the boom on the running back. So nice job by the Dukes getting to the football.
Boy, that 50-50 bin looks full tonight, so I'm thinking that we're in pretty good shape tonight.
You know, it's about time we win something.
It's, it'll be a nice homecoming present for us tonight.
Hey, I could put that into the wedding fund.
Yes, it'll be perfect. 2nd down, 9 yards to go from their own 48. Mabry gets that ball handed off to him. He fights forward, breaks the tackle, gets down inside Garber Duke territory down to about the 47-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 yard to go situation as the Dukes finally got to the football and made the tackle.
Dalzell and Denham were over there on the far sideline, Jeff. It's going to be another penalty on the play against North Branch. Looks is going to have another hold against the Broncos.
Boy, they're going to have to stop running that jet sweep to that wide side of the field, because whoever the wide receiver is on that side of the field, and that's who I'm speculating the penalty's on, and they're calling it right in front of the North Branch bench. You're not going to make a fictitious call.
Right.
But that coach from North Branch is livid.
Well, and if those guys are down there, Jeff, and it's coming right at the head linesman, so it's pretty, not being an official, but it sounds like it's a fairly easy call to make when it's coming right at you.
Double wing setup again, 2nd down. 19 yards to go. Right up the middle. Big hit by the Essexville Garber Dukes, Josh Reinke.
Nice hit. That was a nice tackle. Man, he stuck his nose right in there, didn't he?
That ball carrier was Hunter Murphy. So Murphy's another one of those youngsters that's built low to the ground.
Well, you look at this team, Jeff, from North Branch. You don't have a lot of seniors on here, a lot of sophomores, lots of juniors, but very young football team. And young football teams, even at this time of year, do make a lot of mistakes.
3rd down and 11 yards to go. Back to throw the football. Perfectly thrown to Mabry. He's in the open field right now. He cuts back across the grain. He's looking for one more block to get to the corner. 10-yard line down to about the 5 before he's knocked out of bounds. Real nice job downfield blocking by the wide receiver.
Knocked out of bounds by Peterson and Denham, Jeff, but again, a very nice job. You're exactly right. Downfield blocking. Nice vision by the wide receiver for the Broncos. Going to get him down inside the 10-yard. 1st and goal to go for the Broncos at the Garber 5-yard line.
As we're past the midway point of our second quarter of play, still 22-7. The Garber Dukes on top over the North Branch Broncos. Glad to be with you here in week number 8 as this regular season has gone poof.
Man, I tell you what, I remember when we were doing the preseason show at all the practice fields, Jeff. Before you know it, it's week 8. Next week's week 9. And we're going to be talking playoffs.
Playoffs?
Oh,
my. 1st down and goal for the Broncos. Rutledge up under center with the twin backs. Trying to come to the near side of the field, getting stumped at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down by Garwick.
Trying to look looked like that might have been Hunter Murphy.
Garwick was in there on the tackle too, Jeff. Garwick's had a nice game. We saw Garber very first game of the year, and we see him now. They've improved, get a little quicker, a little bigger, a little stronger, a little faster. Like the way they're putting the helmet on each other, and I like the way the Hunter Breidenbaugh is running the ball club.
He is running the offense very, very well. You got to get better every week, Mike, just to exist. This Tri-Valley East is an extremely potent conference.
Yeah, you know, you're talking Millington, Frankenmuth are in there, Jeff.
Right up at the top, just to name the two. Trying to come around the corner. Running back on the play is number 28, Josh Boyne. He sniffs the end zone. He's into the end zone. It's a North Branch Bronco touchdown.
Wow.
Boy, I'll tell you, they ran that jet sweep again. And it's been run successfully all night long, but finally no penalty flags on the play. And into the end zone as they'll bring the block out. Looks like they'll attempt the one-point conversion once again.
Well, Josh Boyne's got a little bit of speed, Jeff, a little extra gear. He gets outside around that end, and he's just tough to catch. So nice job by the Broncos. Gets themselves right back in this football game, 22-13, with 4:15 to go in the first half.
Christian Coy to attempt the extra point. It's up. It's long enough. And it's good. Time out on the field now with 4:15 left in our first half. 22-14. The Garber Dukes on top over the Broncos from North Branch. Back in a minute here on BCTV.
Hi, my name is Tom Izzo, the men's basketball coach at MSU. The threat of school violence is something that affects everyone and needs to be taken seriously. Okay to Say is a confidential way you can report anything that threatens your safety or the safety of others. If you see or hear something that doesn't seem right, submit a tip to OK to Say. You can call, text, email, go online, or use the OK to Say app. You could be the one person who helps to prevent a tragedy.
Back here on Bay County TV, we see going on the outside of the track, the homecoming court, and all the classes represented. They've got male and female representatives these days. Oh, how things have changed.
Yes, they have, Jeff. It's the new homecoming.
It is. Coy set to kick off. There's going to be a low kick, and that is going to be out of bounds at the 30. And that flag goes down with give it to
over.
us, Coach.
Yeah, kick it over, take it where it is, or take it at the 35. Kick it over.
Re-kick it.
Kick it over.
Why not?
But that's why we're up here. Coach is down there.
Re-kick.
I would. It's only a 5-yard gain.
Yep. And if they're going to try and do that again, then you'll know then that you're at the 40.
11 for 11 this year, brother.
I'm done. I told you I was done at 5, and I tried you 6 more times to no avail.
I'll tell you what.
You're getting good, Coach. You've done your homework.
I've listened to the best.
As they'll move that thing back to the 35-yard line. I always liked as a back judge, that's about the only call in football you ever make. And he didn't get a chance to go that 5 back and make that signal call.
No.
He's been practicing in the mirror for weeks, and he didn't get a chance to do it.
Those poor back judges, they don't get any love.
No, they don't get any respect at all. As Coy again is set to kick off now from his own 35-yard line. Here's another short kick, and it's already going to be a better return because it's going to come out over the 35-yard line, up over the 45 to the 47-yard line.
Oh, Davis runs hard when he got that football,
He
Jeff.
doesn't get to touch it very often, so he put the shoulders down and he said, let's pony up.
Man, did he ever.
Giddy up, he says.
Ben Davis has got some speed. He was bound and determined, but again, nice job making them kick it over, getting good field position about the 47-yard line.
Well, plus 12.5 on that
re-kick. There you go, 12 and a hook.
Woo-hoo. Trips to the wide side, twins to the near side, and out of an empty back. Breidenbaugh, he says, I got a little room to run, and he blows a tire at midfield as he tried to come to the short side of the field, and he had some real estate if he beat the linebacker.
A little bit of dew on the ground right there, Jeff, but you know what? I like Breidenbaugh. Steps up in the pocket, saw an opening. He doesn't slip right there. He's got some real estate to the near sidelines.
He certainly would have. Gain of a couple of yards on the play. Second down and 8 yards to go. Trips again to the wide side of the field. Watch Peterson as he is the second of the wides. As they're going to throw that thing out to Van Sumer, and it's underthrown. He comes back for it. He's at the 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's into the end zone. It's Denham with the Garber Duke touchdown. Wow, Dunham says that ball was underthrown. The defensive back jumped early for it. The mistimed jump fell right into Denham's lap, and he said, look at this. Christmas just came early.
I think the ball was also tipped, Jeff, if I'm not mistaken. It looked like from up here, but Denham with good concentration took it all the way to the house. Nice job, and a big touchdown with 3:30 to go here in the first half. Garber 28 and North Branch 14.
Well, this is a big conversion here. This makes it a potential for a 3 possession. And that's Van Sumer, and he banks forward. He's going to be stopped just shy of the goal line. The conversion is no good. Timeout on the field with 3:30 left in our first half of play. It's 28-14. The Garber Dukes just putting on an offensive clinic here in the first half. Back in a moment here on Bay County TV.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
We have got our friends from the rescue squad out there, hoping that they're not going to do anything but sit and watch a great game. The Bay Medical Regional Center.
Got a good seat out there.
There's a low line drive kick, and that'll be taken on the 16-yard line for the first time tonight on the return, up over the 30 to the 32-yard line. That was Rutledge.
Number 44, Wakeman Edelbrock.
Edelbrock, amongst others, in on the tackle. It'll be 1st and 10 for North Branch as they go to the sidelines to get their instruction. They're going to start this 25-second clock, and they better come right to the line of scrimmage from the sideline.
Jeff, want to give a big thank you to one of our sponsors, our good friends out in Cawcolin, the Village Towing. Michelle Cooper and the gang jumped on board this year. Want to thank Michelle and all her crew out at Village Towing in Cawcolin, just a little bit north of Beaver Road. So thank you, Michelle, and everybody out at Village Towing in Cawcolin.
From the smallest to the largest, they tow it all, and they'll fix anything that you need fixed as well.
Oil changes and everything. So thanks to Village Towing for jumping on board this fall season.
Rutledge up the middle, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage and goes nowhere as the defense got great penetration on first down, Mike.
Looked like number 52, Jacob Garwood, got that penetration, tripped up the running back, Jeff. No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 for the Broncos, Jeff. Down 28-14. We're at 3 minutes to go here in the first half.
Looked like Bale Mogler was in on that play, too. They both just did a great job of burrowing in on that play. Really allowed Rutledge one step before he ran into the congestion.
Nice to break down that play. Good penetration, staying low, breaking down the play at the point of attack, Jeff. Nice job by the Dukes.
And that is Mabry to the wide side of the field. Again, contained and dropped in the backfield for another 1-yard loss. Mogler gets out there, but another person in on that play was Fournier. Eric Fournier gets out there, and they shut that play down because they did not give up contain on the corner.
Absolutely. Good pursuit, Jeff. They had a lot of hats for the football. You know, Broncos got a little bit of speed when they get outside, but overall, that was good pursuit by the Dukes. Loss of 2 on the play, Jeff. We're at about 2:05 to go here in the first half. 3rd down and 12.
Well, and Garber might look to take a timeout if they can stop them here and have an opportunity to see if they can put more on the board here before the half. Rutledge is back to pass. He's got some pressure coming. A little screen pass set up. He's going to be far short of the first down. Will the Garber Dukes take a timeout? It is 4th down, and it's going to be 4th and about 6.
Garwick, 4th and 6 for North Branch.
As they'll come off the field, and that 25-second clock is just about ready to start. With $1:27 left in our first half of play.
Well, again, Van Sumeren back for the Dukes, Jeff, so the Broncos will take as much time as they can off the clock. You might even see a delay of game penalty by the Broncos. or go take it down to about 1 second.
They are looking right now, and they're at 3 seconds. They're going to snap that with 2. And that ball is going to be kicked out of bounds, as that will go out of bounds at about the 35-yard line.
59.1 ticks to go in the first half. Jeff, Garber Dukes will have it 1st and 10 at about their own 35-yard line.
With 2 timeouts remaining, they'll have an opportunity. Breidenbach's had a good first half. He's kind of gone off his back foot with a couple of passes that have sailed on him, but for the most part, everything has worked out very well in the first half for him. Let's see if they have an opportunity to put some more on the board here in the last minute of our first half.
Yeah, nice. He can also tuck it under and get some good positive yards, Jeff.
Van Sumeren is second in here. Looks like Van Sumeren's running a deep out. And there's a beautiful pass. Jopic gets it. He's down to the 43-yard line before he's brought down. They used Van Sumeren just to clear out and brought 2 defenders with him. Jopic underneath made a nice catch and turned it upfield for a huge gain after the catch.
Really nice pass by Breidenbach also, Jeff, and big first down stops the clock until they get the chains in place. Now that starts up again.
Breidenbach back again. He's going to roll to the wide side of the field. He's got Denham to the outside, runs a great route, tucks it down, gets out of bounds to stop the clock. Denham did a nice job of looking that into his hands, knew exactly where he was at, got what he could upfield, and then got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And a nice positive thing right there, Jeff. 15 and down and out, 12 down and out, but he was right at the marker. He saw, he knew where he had to go to catch the football.
They've got time. Breidenbach still wants to go quick. They're going to send that out to Van Sumeren. He's going to cut to the outside, makes the first person miss and barrels over the second one as he turns around and he says, "How do from Essexville, Garber to you." Wow.
Yeah, my Lord, Caleb Davis from the North Branch Broncos, the senior, just got run over by Ben Van Sumeren. Jeff, you know what? That's the way that young man runs. Wow. He's going through you. He's not going around you.
He made no mistake of the fact that he was going to get 9 and finish with style. On a quick slant, they've got Van Sumeren. He's down inside the 10. He splits the defense. 4-3-2-1. He's into the end zone. It is a Garber Duke touchdown. As we're late in the first half.
25.2 seconds ticks to go, Jeff. Dukes are up 34-14. Wow.
Pending the try for extra point. If they get the extra point, they'll be going for 2. As Breidenbach's going to quick pump fake to the outside, goes to Denham on the inside. The 2-point conversion is good. Again, time out of the field with 25.2 left in the first half. The Essexville Garber Dukes are scoring early. They're scoring often, and they find themselves up 22. Back in just a moment for the final 25.2 here on BCTV.
AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested service. We provide many types of transportation services, from non-emergency medical, wheelchair accessible, school transport services, and shuttle services. Our company strives to provide exceptional service to our customers. Our services are tailored to each person or company's specific needs. For the last 10 years, we have pushed the mark higher and higher to give the best service possible. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine.
Back here on Bay County TV as we look at the band, you know, they were all set to go, and this first half's taking so long they decided they better take a seat down there. When's it going to be our turn, Coach?
In about 25.2 seconds.
And this will be a long halftime with homecoming tonight. As I don't look for too deep a kick here, they just go line drive kick, and that is going to go all the way back to Mabry. He's going to be up to the 25, tries to cut to the outside. He does get to the corner, but good pursuit will knock him down at the 31-yard line.
Well, Jacob Garwick doing a nice job of open field tackle, Jeff, on the kickoff. Garwick has had a great first half, 16.8 seconds to go here in the first half. Garber up 36-14. over their rival, the North Branch Broncos.
Boy, the Broncos couldn't see this coming tonight.
No.
I think that, penalties early took them out of their rhythm, and I safely say 175 yards of lost offense by them in the first half due to penalties, and they were self-inflicted problems.
Well, and two big plays were taken away. You're right, Jeff, and so they're going to have to go in and regroup, I would say, with 36-14 with 16.8 ticks to go here in the first half on homecoming night here at Garber.
As Rutledge is up under center. He's going to hand off right up the middle, Rutledge to Rutledge. There's going to be a gain of about 8 yards, and they're really not in any hurry to make anything happen as the clock will roll down to 9.1 seconds left. They're going to take their last time out. They're not going to take anything into halftime with them. We'll take another quick break and be back in just a moment on BCTV.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football.
It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And builds strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders.
And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
Back here on Bay County TV, Kayla Lewandowski, last year's queen. She says, I've only got about another 15 minutes to wear this crown before I pass it off. She's wore it proudly for the last year, and she's one of those ISD students, Gwiz.
Oh, is she?
She was in that nursing program with one young Natalie Doan.
Yes.
Just as we heard from Pinconning a week ago when we were up there, a whole lot of representation of the ISD, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, they've got some good programs out there, Jeff.
And good staff.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with the staff part.
Penalty flag down on the play. And we're going to have somebody lining up in the neutral zone on the offensive side of the ball.
Nope, that's going to go against the Broncos.
Yep, on the offense. Offensive offside. Well, they're going to call it a false start, but the signal came from the head linesman that they were offside. So either way, it's going to put them back 5 yards. And extra 5 yards of real estate, they'll probably get one last play off here late in the first half with 8.3 ticks left in our first half of play.
Boy, just a very, very tough first half for the Broncos, Jeff. Big plays taken away, lots of penalties, and this pretty good football team there just keeps shooting themselves in the foot.
Up to the line of scrimmage they come. Out of the short shotgun, the ball's down on the ground. It's loose. And it looks like the Broncos may have gotten their hands back on the ball, and I think that will run the clock out at the end of our first half of play. It's 36-14. Essexville, Garber Dukes on top over the North Branch Broncos. We'll take a quick break and come back with all the halftime festivities and homecoming here in week number 8 on Bay County TV.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
Touchdown, Cowfield. First, standing on the track in front of the bleachers, we'd like to introduce last year's Duke and Duchess, Lucas Williams and Kayla Lewandowski. Ladies and gentlemen, we now direct your attention to midfield, the Royal Court for 2017. Representing the freshman class, Elizabeth Leppick. Elizabeth is the daughter of Sarah and Mike Leppick. Elizabeth is involved in the equestrian team, SOS, and is on the honor roll. Max Lopez. Max is the son of Jamie and Frank Lopez. Max is involved in varsity soccer and student council. Representing the sophomore class, Pia Dunker. Pia is escorted by her host mom, Maria Van Ochten, and host sister, Elena Van Ochten. Pia is an exchange student from Germany and involved in swim team. Jake Dorian. Jake is the son of Carol and Dan Dorian. Noah is involved in basketball. Representing the junior class, Madeline Denham. Madeline is the daughter of Stacy and Jason Denham. She is involved in golf, soccer, student council, yearbook, and NHS. Cabri Osarzak. Cabri is the son of Denise and Monty Osarzak. Cabri is involved in football, student council, and powerlifting. Representing the senior class are Kayla Anthony. Kayla is the daughter of Sherry and Eric Anthony. Her involvement includes 2 years of varsity volleyball, 3 years varsity soccer, 2 years National Honor Society, 3 years of SLS. Kayla plans to attend MSU to study veterinary medicine when she graduates. Ben Van Sumeren. Ben is the son of Cindy and Jeff Van Sumeren. His involvement includes 4 years of football, 4 years of baseball, and NHS. Ben plans to play Division I college football after graduation. He's still undecided on where. Caitlin Hugo. Caitlin is the daughter of Kelly and Scott Hugo. Her involvement includes 4 years of varsity volleyball with a year as captain, 4 years of varsity softball, 4 years of student council, 2 years of NHS, 1 year as NHS president, and 1 year of JV basketball. After graduation, Caitlin plans to attend college and is undecided in her field of study. Mike Dalzell. Mike is the son of Diane Yarkey and Pat Dalzell. His involvement includes 4 years of varsity track, 4 years of football with 1 year as captain, 1 year of varsity wrestling, 1 year of varsity basketball. Mike plans to attend the University of Michigan to study engineering after graduation. Keely Balser. Keely is the daughter of Wendy and Matt Balser. Her involvement includes 4 years of girls soccer, 2 years of one-act plays, 3 years of Relay for Life, 2 years Yellow Ribbon, 4 years of SLS with 2 years as secretary, 2 years of NHS with 1 year as secretary. After graduation, Keely plans to attend Saginaw Valley State University and pursue a career in teaching. Jake Mannion. Jake is the son of Karen and Brian Mannion. His involvement includes 3 years of varsity football with 1 year as captain. Jake plans to attend SVSU or Delta and come back to help coach Garber football. Hannah Hebner. Hannah is the daughter of Jody and Kyle Hebner. Her involvement includes 4 years of marching band, 7 years of concert band, 7 years musical, 2 years plays, 2 years one acts, 2 years HOSA with 1 year as president. Hannah plans to attend Delta to major in nursing, then transfer to Paris to get her RN. Cameron Plarsky. Cam is the son of Jennifer and Chad Plarsky. His involvement includes 7 years musical, 3 years of fall play, 3 years of one acts, 3 years varsity choir, and 1 year of NHS. After graduation, Cam plans to go into business. Skylar Rocha. Skylar is the daughter of Ray Rocha. Her involvement includes 4 years of varsity soccer, 2 years of equestrian team, 2.5 years of SLS, 2 years HOSA, 8 years of Riverside Shooting Club for 3 years as captain. Skylar plans to attend Delta for 2 years and transfer to Grand Valley State to major in biology and behavioral neuroscience in order to become a surgical physician's assistant. Brett Peterson. Brett is the son of Kerry Peterson and defensive coordinator Scott Peterson. His involvement includes 4 years of football, 4 years of track and field, 2 years of basketball, and 4 years in the band. After graduation, Brett plans to start at Delta and get a decent paying job. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. Your 2017 Duke and Duchess of Garber High School. Ladies and gentlemen, your Duke is Ben Van Zumeren. And your Duchess is Kayla Anthony. Congratulations everyone for an outstanding show of spirit this year. Such a great show of participation in spirit for Garber. Ladies and gentlemen, to continue tonight's halftime entertainment, your Garber cheerleaders.
Show me what you do now. Show me what you do now. Show me what you do now.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Garber cheerleaders.
You'll hear me screaming.
This was found.
second number, the band will travel back to the 80s. While this song originally had moderate chart success, it has over the years become one of the classic anti-work anthems of all time. Featuring the Garber drumline, the extended feature, we present to you Todd Rundgren's Bang on the Drum All Day. Make sure you're singing, clapping along with the band, and to 11 and play Kiss is one and only rock and roll all night.
When they get off of that premium,
Back at the Plum Harris Insurance sponsored halftime show here on BCTV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala. Early and often were the offensive plays for the Garber Dukes in the first half.
Really impressive first half, Jeff, by the Garber Dukes, putting up 38 points in the first half. You know, really good balance attack, some passing, some running, and you know what? Throw a little good defense in there also. Nice first half for the Garber Dukes.
Van Sumeren is a beast.
Van Sumeren had 8 catches, Jeff, for 100 yards, had a couple TDs, also had 1 rushing touchdown. And then, you know, you look at Breidenbach, 15 for 20, 280 yards with 3 TDs, and 71 yards on the ground, 7 rushes. It's 10 yards a carry. That's pretty good.
Well, and that's a game for many people, and that's just the first half for him. The thing that really impressed me in the first half is the way Van Sumeren finishes.
Well, you know, when he gets the ball, he's not going around you, Jeff. He's going through you, and that the kids from the North Branch know that. He's just going to run you over, and that's what he did. And look at Jacob Denham, 2 receptions for 62 yards in the TD. Tackle-wise, Mogler had 6 tackles, 1 for a loss. Garwick had 6 tackles. Fernier had 4 tackles, 1 for a loss and 1 sack. So you know what? This is a nice balanced attack on both sides of the football tonight for the Garber Dukes.
Very, very impressive half of football. Now it's just up to the Garber Dukes to finish what they started.
Yep, they started well. They're going to finish well, Jeff. They put 38 up in the first half, so that's an impressive showing. It's been a little bit of a tough year on offense for the Garber Dukes, but they really came alive here against the North Branch Broncos.
Both teams are back out on the field. We're moments away from the start of the second half. We'll take a break and come back with all the second half action right after this on BCTV.
You don't think it'll happen to you, and you surely don't think it'll happen twice. I've lost 2 homes in my lifetime. First, it was a fire. My agent was right there and helped me rebuild. Then the tornado hit and destroyed everything again. Both times, my independent agent and auto owners took care of me like someone takes care of family.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency. Stop by our office at 706 South Euclid or give us a call to see how we can help with your home, life, auto, and business insurance needs.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you. Jared and Natalie Doan on the cameras tonight. Nick Page producing and directing our show. How about those first half stats that were handed to us?
I'll tell you what, thank you to our good friend to my right, Justin Sivek, taking stats up here for the Garber Dukes, doing a nice job giving us all those I offered him a part-time job, but he said he needs about $120,000 a year with Benny's.
Well, that's reasonable.
All right, you're hired, Justin. You get to hang out with us for 9 straight weeks. All right.
Here we go with the start of the second half, and it's going to be the Garber Dukes with their hands on the ball first. Looks like Denham finally picks it up at the 20-yard line. Looking for some real estate dancing around, and the Broncos just do a great job of swarming to the football. Timing of that return was really set off as Dunham had to reach down 3 times to get that ball. So by far the worst starting field position of the ball game thus far for the Garber Dukes. But they have been able to move that ball with great ease in the first half.
Nice to get the ball to start the second half, Jeff, when you're up 36-14. Over the North Branch Broncos. Just underway here in the second half. Exciting night for Garber right here during homecoming.
They do a couple of quick pump fakes. Drive forward is a wonderful job by Breidenbach as he just looks. If his open receiver's not there, he's got a gap and he doesn't take too much time to tuck it and go.
Yeah, and you know, Jeff, he had 71 yards in the first half just rushing the football, so he's not afraid to tuck it under and get some running room going.
Well, he's got 80 yards now.
Right.
They send that thing out. Van Sumeren gets the ball, and he's knocked out of bounds over the 40-yard line to the 41-yard line. Hits it up for another 1st and 10 for the Essexville Garber Dukes. And I'm going to tell you, defensively, Hunter Murphy back there was awful happy that he lost his balance and he went out of bounds.
Well, he's been run over a couple times tonight, as Hunter, Jeff.
As they go down the field, another quick slant. The Garber Dukes are hitting offensively on all cylinders. Looks like Peterson on that catch.
Pass is complete.
Mayberry in on the tackle for the Broncos, Jeff. You know what? That quickie in, skinny post, as you like to call it, has been wide open all night for Breidenbaugh and the Garber Dukes.
As they have got up on the line of scrimmage, they just got there in time. Trying to get rid of the football, just too much pressure coming on that play. The timing of that play was off too because all three of the wide receivers on the near side lined up off the line of scrimmage. The one on the closest had to get to the line of scrimmage, and they had to make that happen in a hurry. Tempo offense continues. Quads to the near side here for Garber. And I don't quite know what happened there. As now they do ready for play.
That was a strange one.
Van Sumer, and he's got a truckload of people in front of him as he bangs forward. He picks up the yardage back to the original line of scrimmage, and he did get that ball back. It'll be second down. I don't know why there wasn't a penalty there for procedure on the offense.
Yeah, that was a strange play, Jeff. Everybody just kind of moved and stopped, and the referee never did anything. So they got some yardage back. Third down and 10 for the Dukes at the Bronco 44-yard line.
Still empty in the backfield. Breidenbaugh back again as he's got pressure coming. We had a hold. Yep, that was pretty right in front of the referee. It was on this left side of the offensive line. Somebody was getting free. And that penalty flag probably will be declined with the incomplete pass. It'll be fourth down.
Yeah, referee saw that right from the get-go, Jeff. We saw it up here. Unfortunate break for the Garber Dukes. 9:56 to go here in the third quarter. They're up 36-14. Also want to say congratulations to Ben Van Sumeren, tonight's homecoming. They call it the Duke here at Garber, and the Duchess was Kayla Anthony. So congratulations to Ben and Kayla, and I know they will wear their crowns proudly for 1 year.
It was certainly quite the extensive halftime as we look down right now over a fourth down now and about 10-yard to go situation. Breidenbaugh across the middle. That pass is complete.
Intercepted.
Nope, it is going to be intercepted, but it was short of the first down, even if it would have been complete on the play to Brian Closen.
Clausen. I talked to Mom earlier today. She said to me, she goes, "You doing the game on TV?" And I said, "Yes." She goes, "Make sure you say Clausen." I said, "Mom, yeah."
She'll get extra love for Clausen, Clausen, Clausen.
I said, "Clausen it is, ma'am."
Yes, indeed. It'll be first and 10 for North Branch as they go to the sidelines, and they must like that. Go to the sidelines and come right to the line of scrimmage. As the back judge has not started the 10 seconds yet, so they're still within their time frame. Up to the line of scrimmage they come. Rutledge up under center with a single back. Full back up the middle. Rutledge to Rutledge, and the big fella bangs forward, and he picks up, nope, that's Hunter Murphy, excuse me, as he picked up yardage down to the 43-yard line. And your TNT defensively have got to shut down that 2 and 3, because if the 2 and 3 work, then you know the 6, 7, 8, and 9 are all going to get to the outside.
Well, that scat back, Jeff, 21, Murphy is just not a very big kid, but he's got good speed, he's got good vision, he knows how to hit the holes, and when he gets into that second and third level, he's tough to bring down.
Well, he's just like a little water bug there. He goes left, he goes right. He doesn't go straight, and he does not give you any clear shot to hit. So, huge gain on first down. It'll be another first and 10. North Branch Broncos from the 43-yard line of the Essexville Garber Dukes just underway here in the third quarter. Week number 8 of the high school football season 2017. Counter action play. Mabry gets the ball. He's inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. He ran that ball hard and picked up almost 5.
I'll tell you, Jacob Garwick threw him down like that was a wrestling move. He looked like he was on the WWE right there. And Jacob has had a...
He finished.
Yeah, he did finish. He's had a fantastic football game tonight.
Well, the Garber Duke defense has not gotten the accolades tonight that they deserve because the offense has been so good. But Coach Peterson's got to be proud of his troops defensively tonight. They put on quite an exhibition. Let's see if they can stop North Branch from getting into the end zone here from the 38-yard line. Mabry again is going to go up, and he gets maybe a yard forward before he is hit defensively. Amongst the tacklers in on the play was Bale Mogler.
Yeah, and they're faking a little bit of that jet sweep, Jeff, and doing a little reverse pivot with the quarterback and then handing it off on that counter play. That's been a pretty effective play for the Broncos tonight. 3rd down and a long 4 for North Branch at the Garber, we'll call it the 33-yard line.
Really surprised after the first couple of plays, we really didn't see the 2 tight ends in the balanced line as they ran that full house defense only for a couple plays, and they abandoned it. Double wing setup now. Mabry tries to get to the outside. He makes a couple of people miss. He's got the first down and more as he's inside the 30-yard line down to the 28. Tough break for Garber because they had somebody in position to make the tackle, and they just had Mabry slip through.
Well, Renke had a shot at him, Jeff, but he kind of scooted around with him, and then Jacob Denham really drove him out of bounds. But a big pickup for the Broncos. They get the first down, so it's inside Garber territory at the 27-yard line.
Very impressive drive for the Broncos here in their first possession of this second half. 7:37.
It's pretty quick.
Is the time that is remaining in our third quarter of play. Rutledge has motion to the near side of the field. Again, that handoff right up the middle. He got about 4 or 5 yards, and then he got pushed away back amongst others on that tackle. Looked like number 55. And that is Gorski.
And also number 34 in on the tackle, Fernier. Jeff called those fellas' names a couple times tonight. And again, very impressed with the intensity that the Garber Duke defense is playing with. They're bringing a lot of hats with the football, putting a lot of body on you, and really doing some good solid tackling.
Yep, that'll officially be a gain of about 4 yards on the play. 2nd down and a long 6. Again, they'll run the 2 tight end and a double as they come with a double wing to the near side of the field. Squirting forward is Rutledge as he gets down inside the 15-yard line to the 13. As he did a nice job as he went through that hole at right tackle and cut back across the grain, and the pursuit was a little slow for Garber to get to the point of attack. And a nice gain for Rutledge will move the sticks. Another 1st and 10 North Branch.
Peterson on the tackle for Garber. Jeff, also Jacob Denham assisting. 6:35 to go here in the third quarter. 36-14 Garber over the North Branch.
Don't look now. 2 tight ends in the balance line. Full house T in the backfield. Mabry bangs it off of the left side, and he gets forward for a nice chunk of yardage. He might have got 5 yards on that carry before the Essexville Garber Duke defense could slow him down.
Well, Jeff, that play right there is kind of like what you call the bull series. You just run the left half into the left side of the line, the fullback into the left side of the line. You give it to the right halfback and just follow your blockers.
You got 2 blockers, and you either read the inside or outside kick, and you've got yourself 5 quick ones.
Nothing fancy there.
That's right up the middle once again, sniffing the end zone and into the end zone. It is a North Branch Bronco touchdown. Boy, again, they looked to the outside like they were going to go to Mabry again. And that little scoot right up the middle. And that touchdown was scored by Hunter Murphy.
Hunter's had a nice football game tonight, Jeff. 36-25, 50 to go in the third quarter. Nice drive by North Branch.
Coy with the extra point attempt. There's a good snap. It's up, and it is through the uprights, and it is good. Timeout on the field once again with 5:50 left in our third quarter of play. The score has tightened up a little bit. It's 36-21. Garber by 15. Back in a moment here on Bay County TV.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Touchdown, Cowboys.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Dodd and Mike Guasdala along with you as we look to the Garber sideline again. And the topsy-turvy game going back and forth, but it doesn't look like so far that North Branch has got the ability to stop that Garber offense. So this could just be a game with many scores as that ball trickles down to about the 32-yard line. Nice job of just getting down on it instead of trying to do something silly and pick it up. They'll have pretty nice starting field position from their own 32-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Essexville Garber Dukes.
Good, smart play by Brian Clausen, Jeff, number 17. Just get on that thing. That thing takes a funny bounce. It's not like a basketball. It's got a little funny shape to it. Takes a lot of funny bounces. Get on it, live for the next down.
1st and 10 for the Essexville Garber Dukes. So Breidenbaugh again.
50-50 tickets.
Oh, nice catch.
With a great joppage, with a nice grab over the middle. Had to reach back for it. Great concentration, and he made the grab.
Yeah, Manny, first game we saw him, Jeff, up at Ogama Heights, had a nice football game. He's playing very well tonight. Got good soft hands. Looks it in and does a nice job. Gets a nice yak, too.
1st and 10, Essexville Garber, their own 46-yard line. Breidenbaugh to the outside, Van Sumeren with the catch, and he runs over somebody and stays in bounds. Gets about 8 yards after the catch. Just continues to annihilate cornerbacks. I think people are going to go back to the sideline and say, Coach, I'd rather play safety. Can you switch to safety in the corner? I'm not feeling comfy on the corner tonight.
I've had enough of this one-on-one stuff with that 20.
He's going to see number 20 in his sleep.
Lord.
Another 1st and 10 for the Garber Dukes. Breidenbaugh again throws that ball to Jake Dunham. Dunham gets inside the 27-yard line, and it will be a gain on the play of about 8 yards as they just are really in rhythm and sync offensively.
Yeah, that young man's had a nice football game tonight throwing the football, Jeff, and he's put it right on the money. A couple times, a little bit of a floaty, but really he's done a nice job.
And again, they go in the middle, and the ball harmlessly hits. After that went off the shoulder pads or the chest protector, it went straight up in the air, and it seemed like it was there for an eternity.
and Breidenbaugh's got a nice arm on him, too. He puts a little zip on it right there. So 3rd down and short for the Dukes at the North Branch 27-yard line. 4:52 to go.
4-down territory here at least.
Absolutely. 4-down territory.
So they'll still have their playbook wide open here on 3rd down. I say you spread them out. You might just see Breidenbaugh go for a little scramble. We'll see what kind of pressure the North Branch defense brings. He's not even going to wait. He goes right up the middle. He breaks a couple of tackles. He runs to daylight, tries to run over the last defender, and he'll be down at the 11-yard line. Breidenbaugh says, I've been watching Van Sumeren run. I'm going to finish this run in style.
Well, looking at Hunter, he's 5'9", 165 cornerback, Jeff. Only a junior, so he'll be back next year for Coach Quill and the Garber Dukes.
As it's 1st and 10 from the 11, they're going to float this ball to Van Sumeren, and he makes a nice adjustment up at the height. He catches the football. He's in the end zone. It's an Essexville Garber Duke touchdown. Throw it up there and let your athlete make you play.
Let him go get it.
Wow. He made the adjustment on that play. The defender kept floating back. He stepped in front of him, went up high, and he got that ball and came down with another 6. Wow. The answer to the North Branch touchdown here in the 3rd.
42-21, Jeff. 4:34 to go in the 3rd quarter. We're going to try for the extra point.
We're going to try and bring the old block out for this one. Up by 21.
Ranky.
This extra point will be a big one for the Essexville Garber Dukes. The kick is up. It's plenty long, and it clangs off the left upright and is no good. Timeout on the field with 4:34 left in the 3rd. 42-21. Last time I checked, the Garber Dukes got them doubled up here in week number 8 of the high school football season 2017. Back in a moment on BCTV.
Where did this rash come from? Hold on, let me see. Could be bed bugs. Oh. Mom, Grant says I have bed bugs.
Let's see what the doctor says.
Introducing Covenant Virtual Care. Real-time video doctor visits, e-prescriptions, and follow-up. Now extraordinary care comes to you.
See, it's just poison ivy. Smart pants.
Learn more at covenantvirtualcare.com.
Here we have the cheerleaders from Essexville Garber, and they've done a lot of cheering. It's a good thing this is a club that doesn't do push-ups, because these girls would have some serious guns going after tonight.
Well, we're having a good time up here, Jeff. A lot of stories going around, a lot of familiar faces up here. Always nice to see Coach Harris in the house.
As that ball trickles down the field, it's going to be picked up at the 30-yard line.
Oh, nice.
And a quick finish as Josh Boyne, down goes Boyne, as he is hit very quickly by the Essexville Garber Duke team on the kick.
Was that Garwick, number 52, or was that number 57? 57? 52, Garwick. Wow. That young man's had a nice football game tonight. He has put a lot of helmet on people.
We've been fortunate to say that about a lot of players that have played that well tonight for the Garber Dukes.
Well, you look at Garwick, you look at Mogler and Fernier, and it's been a nice balanced attack on both sides of the football tonight for the Dukes.
I was a little bit worried in pregame looking at the size of the offensive line for North Branch, but they have really been neutralized by the speed of the defense from Garber.
The big fellas up front have done a nice job on the offensive line and the defensive line too, Jeff.
Timing on that play is off just a little bit. Mowbray tries to get to the outside, and he is slammed down to the ground very quickly by number 34, Eric Fournier, as that play looked like it had to go just a little bit north before they could start trying to head south, and the contained slowed that thing down. Fournier came over and finished in style.
Thank God you studied geography when you're at TL Handy, so you know north, south, east, and west. You know which way are we pointing? Looking at
to the east. I was talking today to somebody at the cross-country meet. When I ran at Handy and track, it was still a cinder track, so you didn't want to derf on that thing. As the second down play is stymied again at the line of scrimmage, as the Essexville Garber Duke defense has gotten stout. Number 50, Gabriel Osarzak, with a great tackle.
Mr. Harris just told me they invented the wheel right after you graduated.
Yeah, I tell you, it's tough walking to school both ways uphill.
In the snow.
Yes, indeed. As it's third down and 7. This is a real key play in the ball game right now. If the Garber Dukes can get the ball back with the rhythm that they've got offensively, this is going to be tough, because North Branch is going to run out of possessions here in this football game to try and get back. They're going to come with pressure. Mowbray tries to get to the outside, and he is stymied right at the line of scrimmage. Osarzak again comes up, and he must be shadowing him.
Well, that play has been giving the Dukes a lot of trouble tonight, Jeff, but they really stayed home on that counter play, and Osarzak did a nice job making that tackle, and it's 4th down and 8 for the Broncos. They're going to have to punt it away.
Well, we think they're going to punt it away.
But
this is a typical punting situation, you would think.
Well, head coach Jeremy Furman for the Broncos, they're going to go for it.
And I think the reason they're going to go for it is exactly they realize that they're running out of opportunities to have offensive possessions. So here we go with a big play. He's back to pass. He's got a lot of people in his way. Mowbray with the reception off of that screen play. The first down and more, very well executed, as the timing on that play was perfect. They let the defensive lineman through, got downfield, moved the sticks. 1st and 10 North Branch.
Nice protection by the big fellas up front, Jeff. Garwick in on the tackle again for the Garber Dukes. 2:15 to go in the third quarter. Essexville Garber 42 and North Branch 21 here in homecoming here at Garber.
Well, the Garber Dukes, even if they let them get in the end zone, they just want to make sure that they work to get the ball downfield and take up a big chunk of time. Back to pass again. Here comes the pressure, throwing downfield, wide open behind the defense is number 23, Farnsworth. He's into the end zone. It is a North Branch Bronco touchdown.
Touchdown.
Wow.
What a play again. Play action. Froze the defensive backs, looked into the backfield, and Farnsworth leaked out behind him. Perfectly thrown ball. And that is a 6-pointer.
Well, and you know, nice protection, Jeff. He had a nice pocket, and the quarterback for the North Branch could just step up into the pocket and put it right on the money, hit him right in stride. Big touchdown.
Coy with the attempt for the extra point. A little bit of a high snap, and it's blocked. The extra point is no good. We have time out on the field with 1:50 left in the third, as it is the Garber Dukes 42-27 for the North Branch. So we are going to take a break and be back in just a minute on BCTV.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose Auto Owners Insurance for his new car. In 1947, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson in 1979. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Back here on BCTV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala with a little look at some of the fans here tonight. Full house, had a good 50-50. They just picked the wrong number again tonight, Coach.
Well, I think we got to get that number's done. Let's pick another one, and I think it's going to be right here in front of us,
right
Jeff.
There in the middle of that stack. Mara would love that. Mara's daddy would love that. Here comes Coy, set to kick off with $1:50 left in the third. They go onside, and that ball, I believe, may have been touched prior to going 10. Have yet to get an indication.
I think they said it didn't go 10. It's they're going to get the ball to Garber. No, now they're changing their mind.
I believe that ball was touched prior to 10.
Yeah. It didn't go much past 10 if it did, Jeff, and it went right down the 50-yard line. And number 28 for the Broncos, Josh Boyne, was the one who recovered it.
Yep, and I really think that it got touched at the 9. The problem is, Mike, what you've got is with this lineup, you have got the umpire on the far side of the field on the 40, and then you've got your line judge on this side on the 50. He has got to look 50 yards across the field to determine whether or not that ball was touched early before it went to 10. And they're having a discussion right now, and I believe they're not sold on the fact that ball went 10.
Now they're
sold now.
They are sold now. But you know what? They did it the right way. Talk about it, get the right call. Because 42-27 with this right now and North Branch getting the ball, they're right back in the ball game.
They certainly are. They're 50 yards from pay dirt late in the third quarter. Rutledge hands that ball off to Mabry. He picks up about 3 yards on the play before he is swarmed under by a whole bunch of defenders. Mike Delzell with the initial hit defensively, and he had lots of help on the play, and part of that help came from Jacob Mannion.
Ranke also in on the tackle, Jeff. But again, that's onside kick. It's just kind of a goofy thing. It was just right at 10 yards, and I think you're right. Somebody touched it, and a big turnover for the Broncos.
Rutledge hands that ball off right up the middle.
Brought down by Fournier.
As we wait to see who gets up out of the bottom of that stack with the ball.
It's like Fournier was in on the tackle for the Garber Dukes, Jeff.
Vision was blocked. I could not pick it up.
3rd down and 4 for North Branch. We got 45 seconds and counting to go here in the third quarter.
As this is another huge 3rd down, but obviously North Branch is in 4-down territory as well. Motion coming to the near side of the field.
Jet sweep.
Jet sweep with the first down and more at the 30, the 25, the 20. Look at him running away. Rutledge is into the end zone. It's a North Branch Bronco touchdown. What a turn of events here in the last 65 seconds.
I'll tell you, Jeff, that was something special right there. Rutledge got an extra gear getting around the outside, taking it all the way to the end zone for a big touchdown, 42-33. We got a new football game right here, my friend.
If they're going to go for the single extra point, they'll still be a touchdown and a 2-point conversion behind. Boy, this game is going to actually come down to looking at the film, whether or not that ball got touched just prior to the 10. That's really changed the momentum. The extra point is up. It's through the uprights, and it's good. Time out on the field with 21.5 ticks left in the third, 42-34. Essexville Garber still on top by 8. We'll take a break and be back for the last quarter and change of this marathon football game here on BCTV.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Ben, please.
Wow, you can talk to your app? That's pretty cool.
Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great. Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you, Jared and Natalie Doan on the filming, produced and directed by the man to my left, Nick Page. As what a difference a minute in a football game makes, Mike.
That has been incredible. 14 points in about, what'd you say, about 65 seconds?
Well, there was
or more?
$1:50 left,
Wow.
so, it's very quickly
Crazy.
turned events. As going down quickly at the 31-yard line, making sure that he had everything set was number 23 on the play, and that's Gorski. As it will be 1st and 10 and probably the last play of our third quarter of play here. As the Essexville Garber Dukes, no reason for them to fret because their offense has done a phenomenal job here in this football game.
I am looking forward to seeing what the end of the game stats are going to be, Jeff, for Breidenbaugh from Essexville Garber.
I tell you, that offense is going for plus 400 yards so far. And a nice pitch and catch to number 17 on the play. Clausen.
Yep.
Clausen. Say Clausen, Jeff.
Mom's right down in front of us.
The Clausen catch was a beautiful thing.
You're learning.
Boy, I'll tell you, the old dog does take a while, but we figure it out. Breidenbaugh again with another 13 yards. He goes right up the middle. He's got running room and more. He cuts back across the grain. He's down to the 39-yard line. There was no delay there at all. That was a designed hook, and we're going to wind it down at the end of our third quarter of play. It's the Essexville Garber Dukes by 8. Back for the final 12 in just a moment here on BCTV.
How's married life? Are you ready to have a baby? Baby. How about that baby? Ooh. I'm not getting any younger.
When you are ready, with the only neonatal intensive care unit in the Great Lakes Bay region, Covenant is the safest place for your delivery. Go to mycovenantbaby.com.
Back here on BCTV, sounds like the natives are restless there, Coach. What a great job. That drum line is exceptional here for Garber.
Boy, they're having a lot of fun out here at Garber tonight, Jeff. Homecoming, and everybody's having a good time. 42-34.
867-110.
110 is the new number on that. 50-50. Did we win?
No.
Oh. Nobody claimed that first prize, so they redrew.
It was 867-110, and we're 866, so.
We're a hook away again.
Yep, again.
Breidenbach gets that ball out to Van Zoomer, and he bangs forward. He picks up first down yardage and more. That pass completion puts Breidenbach over 400 yards passing in this football game with almost a full quarter of football left. Unbelievable.
And to add on to that, 11 rushes for 96 yards, Jeff. So he's going to be close to 500, maybe more at the end of the game passing, and over 100 yards rushing.
It's almost Deshaun Watson numbers. Yeah. As he goes forward now, he's over 100 yards as he pulls forward, and we got a penalty flag down. Usually when you see those flying in late, somebody got a face mask.
Yep, I would agree with that, Jeff. See what they say, but you are probably going to be exactly right. That came from a long ways back.
Personal foul, face mask penalty against the defense. That will bring them down halfway to the goal line. Half the distance in. And we do have a winner in the 50-50, and once again, it is not us.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride, brother.
Well,
but we're going to keep buying them.
Good to know we're in the top two.
we're going to win one of these days.
All right, it'll be another situation for the Essexville Garber Dukes if they can stick it in the end zone. Breidenbach is tickling 500 yards in total offense in this football game. He's back to pass right now. Double pump fake goes late across the middle. And it's incomplete. Mabry with great defense on that play. Looked like it could have been intended for. I'm waiting for him to stand up.
Jopic.
It's Jopic.
Yep, Jopic. That was a nice defense right there by the Broncos. Jeff stops the clock. Stops the clock at 11:05 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Looking to the sidelines. Spread them out again. I'd say Breidenbach might be a candidate to run up the middle, but I think the middle linebacker is going to be hounding him. Here they come on a blitz package. He comes to the outside with time to throw it in the corner of the end zone to Denham. And he is out of bounds. He's looking for a little early contact in the corner. Thought he got pushed. And the line judge says, nope, didn't see any of that. Back to the line of scrimmage. Third down and goal from the 10.
We might see number 20 getting a little look right here, Jeff. Coach Quill calling the play.
Or are they going to use him as a decoy? We're going to call a timeout, and we'll talk things over. We'll take a break and be back in just a moment here on BCTV.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football.
It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And build
strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders.
And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
Back here on Bay County TV, the scoreboard says it all, 42-34, with 11 and a hook left in the ball game. Jeff Doan and Mike Guastalla, along with you, Jared and Natalie Doan, outside tonight on the cameras. Glad the rain isn't going to come till later. And the maestro himself to our left, Nick Page, our producer and director.
Also, Jeff, big thanks tonight to Village Towing for jumping on board. Village Towing, our good friends out there in the Collin area, M13, just north of Beaver Road. Nothing's too big, nothing's too small. They do them all. Plus, they do a little work on your car, too.
Here we go with a big third down play. Quick pump fake, come to the inside, just overthrown. Intended for Denham, as it just got one mid up in the air, and that ball, if that's thrown 6 inches closer to the ground, that's another touchdown. As Breidenbach tried to put a little mustard on that, and it just sailed a bit.
Yeah, Jacob went up and did his best to get his right paw on that, Jeff, but they're going to go for it on fourth down. 10:56 to go in the football game. 42-34, Garber over the Broncos.
Boy, is this a big play in the game.
Huge.
They're going right to the middle. It's complete. It's into the end zone. It's a Garber Duke touchdown. Jopic with the catch and the finish. He got hit at the 2-yard line, and he willed himself into the end zone.
Nice job by Jopic getting in there, Jeff, making the score 48-34. Dukes with an impressive offensive showing tonight.
Boy, and this two-point conversion is huge, too, because North Branch lives and dies with the extra point. You will force them, if they score twice, to have to go for two both times and must be successful to tie it. Nope, they're going to go for a single here and see if they can keep this one inside the left upright. Riding ball, the good hands people will be holding for it. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. And off to the left, timeout on the field. With 10:52 left in the ball game, 48-34, Garber on top. Back for the final 10-plus in just a moment here on BCTV.
Over the years, he's put his heart into being your dad. He was always there to fix things. Now that he needs help, don't lose hope. Covenant Center for the Heart is leading the way in minimally invasive heart options for inoperable or high-risk patients, with the first and most comprehensive structural heart disease program in the Great Lakes Bay region. It's extraordinary heart care, close to home.
Back on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you as we look over on the far side of the field. And the North Branch people are going, wow, where did that Garber team come up with all this offense tonight? Their numbers are impressive as that ball came off the tee and will be reset up. But the Garber Dukes, with over 500 yards in offense tonight, have really put on a show for the homecoming crowd.
Well, I'm hoping the mathematician sitting next to me on my right, Justin Sivak, gives us some great stats at the end of the game.
Well, his abacus is smoking. He's used so many stats trying to get the ball upfield. Is Mabry. And he gets up to about the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Broncos from North Branch, as we are looking at the last 10 minutes and change of this football game. And boy, Mike, we have seen a little bit of everything in this one.
Wakeman Edelbrock, Jeff in on the tackle for the Dukes. Good field position for the Broncos at their own 35-yard line. But again, lots of everything going on in this football game tonight. Seen some crazy stuff we haven't seen all year.
Well, the Garber Dukes are really trying to finish off a great show for what is a spectacular homecoming crowd here in week number 8.
I couldn't ask for better weather either, Jeff. It's just a perfect night for football. And we've been very fortunate this year. We've had a little bit of everything, but we really haven't had any bad weather.
Well, I have officiating, but certainly not for Bay County TV. Trying to find Mowbray on the sweep. Nice job of pursuit from the Essexville Garber Dukes, number 33, Mogler. I'll tell you what, if he doesn't get a hand on him, that looked like it could have been a big game. Mowbray looked like he was just ready to break open.
That would have been one of the old-fashioned tearaway jerseys. He would have been gone, Jeff, but he got a hold of the jersey and brought him down. But again, 2nd down and 8 for the Broncos. 48-34, 10 and 12 counting in the football game.
And they can't afford to take 5-6 minutes and come down the field on a scoring drive. They got to try and get it into the end zone quicker than that.
It's a jet sweep again.
They're going to run that sweep to the outside, and they get past the contain and knocked out of bounds as they will be down to the 48-yard line of the Essexville Garber Dukes. One of the defenders for Garber tried to get out there. It looked like Hunter Breidenbaugh tried to get him around the corner, but lost contain, and that ends up being a big gain.
Ben Davis ran a long way to knock him out of bounds. That stops the clock, Jeff. 9:58. We're under 10 minutes to go in the football game. But again, a nice run by number 27, Logan Rutledge. He's had a nice game tonight. He's put some yards up also for the Broncos.
Well, and the Bronco team is pretty young, too. You got to look at the fact that there's a lot of sophomores contributing on this offense. Double wing single back once again. Rutledge with that hand up the middle and stopped right at the line of scrimmage was Hunter Murphy.
Garwick
was there.
Man, that was nice. Good penetration by the defensive line. You know, in the defensive line, keeping those offensive line busy, and the linebackers are filling those holes and doing a nice job tonight, Jeff.
Yeah, they've really played good gap defense, and the big hogs from North Branch have not been able to chance to body up on them and move them out of the way for the most part, at least between the tackles. 2nd down and 10 with the clock rolling. Double wing single back once again. Rutledge back to pass. He's got time to throw the football. And another perfect strike down the field. Rock Denham is there and just can't get him before the end zone. It is another North Branch Bronco touchdown.
It looked like he might have fumbled the ball, but it might have been the ground that caused it, Jeff. Dunham came up with the ball. Jacob was looking at the official, said, I got the rock, and the official said, no, that's a touchdown.
Well, and I called Jacob Rock Dunham. Dad gets another free plug. It's about the third time in a year I've done that, but at least I know I'm in the right family.
Right church, wrong pew.
Yes, indeed. Extra point by Coy here. It's an 8-point game. Coy has been pretty accurate on the night, and it's blocked. An excellent job by the Essexville Garber Dukes to maintain an 8-point lead. Peterson
nice
with
job.
That block.
That's huge.
We'll take a timeout and be back in just a moment here on BCTV.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Back here on BCTV as we await the last 10 minutes of this football game. I don't believe North Branch is going to come with any type of onside kick here. I think Garber is going to be very well prepared to try and shut that down. But, boy, you still look back, and that was a huge turning point in this football game.
Well, it was a huge turning point, Jeff, but that block right there, it's still a 8-point lead. But, you know, I'd rather have it at 8 than at 7.
We're getting ready to kick off. There's just a little pooch kick with an opportunity for a quick return up over the 40 to the 41-yard line with another nice return. Looked like Peterson.
Yeah, Peterson's had a nice game tonight, Jeff. You know, Garber's had some kids playing some good football tonight. That offensive line has done a nice job. They've done a nice job pass blocking also tonight for Breidenbaugh to get all those yards passing the football. Big fellas sometimes don't get a lot of love, but we love them here on BCTV.
Indeed we do. They work hard and they do the dirty work. But if you can keep your quarterback clean, you know you've had a good night. Low snap for Breidenbaugh. He comes up the middle. He's got running room. He's got 10 yards. He's right at the first down marker. And, boy, they're not going to give him a generous spot. He had forward progress, and he got marked where he ended up lying down instead of where he was when he flew forward. Second down and a short 1 to go. Clock still running, though, as the Essexville Garber Dukes have got 3 plays to go, 18 inches. Breidenbaugh in a quick slant. Jake Dunham gets the first down and more. He makes a couple of people miss. He's down to the 38-yard line as they move the sticks once again. As the Essexville Garber Duke offense just sees no slowing down tonight. They're going to be at almost 600 yards at the end of this drive.
I'm not quite sure how many yards he has passing right now. It looks like 112 yards passing so far this game, Jeff. That is absolutely impressive. I'm sorry, 464.
As he is down, as he'll lose some yardage back to about the 46-yard line. All the receivers that time for Garber going deep, and the play took too long to develop, and the defensive line was able to shinny their way through there.
You think about 464 yards of passing the football, Jeff. I'm going to say 2 things. Golden helmet.
The 2-word answer for what's going on.
Absolutely.
As they go downfield, Breidenbaugh's going to send that down Dunham right in the middle of the field, and he just can't reel that ball in. He would have walked into the end zone. Breidenbaugh had the perfect play called.
That would have got him over 500.
That would have had him 500 and a whole bunch extra.
Holy smokes. If I threw the ball 500 yards, my arm would fall off.
Boy, Jake Dunham just says, I want that one back.
He'll get it.
Yep, he'll have another opportunity. Fear not.
Give it to him right now.
3rd down and 15. As they go down the middle, a pass, Yapich. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10. Cruises into the end zone. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is an Essexville Garber Duke touchdown. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yapich says, look for Denham, look for Van Sumer. Use them both as decoys. Send me across the middle. Woo-hoo. Coast to coast. He cruises. He did a little Dion the last 10 yards getting into that.
He was strutting it, wasn't he?
He strutted the stuff. He was all by himself. He was feeling lonely out there. He was all by himself. Here they go for the 2-point conversion. They're going to go back across the grain. The pass is incomplete, no good. Timeout on the field. The scoreboard still is lit up. I think those things are ready to burn out. They've had so much on it. 54-40. We'll be back in just a moment on BCTV.
AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested service. We provide many types of transportation services, from non-emergency medical, wheelchair accessible, school transport services, and shuttle services. Our company strives to provide exceptional service to our customers. Our services are tailored to each person or company's specific needs. For the last 10 years, we have pushed the mark higher and higher to give the best service possible. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Toad and Mike Wasdala along with you as the Essexville Garber Dukes have put on Le Clinic offensively tonight.
461 yards passing for Bryden Bowell tonight, Jeff. 112 on the ground.
That's got 2 words written on it. You are right, golden and helmet. As Mowbray tries to bring that ball back, he jumps over a couple. He gets up over the 40-yard line to the 45, used a little jump step to get over a would-be tackler. And it'll be 1st and 10 for North Branch. They're not going away in this ball game.
Yeah, maybe Mowbray's had a really nice football game tonight for the Broncos, Jeff. They put, when you put up 40 points in a high school football game, there's one thing you're thinking of. You're going to win this thing.
Yep.
And Garber Duke said, nope, not tonight. We're going to put up 54 right now.
There's still plenty of time left in this football game for North Branch, though, but, they can ill afford to give the ball back to Garber at any point the rest of this ball game. Whenever the offense is out there, they'll be going for it on 4th down.
Well, we just looked at the weather report, and we got a little weather coming in, Jeff, so hopefully that'll hold off, and we'll be out of here and ready to go home.
Double wing setup again. Motion to the wide side. Handoff going right up the middle. Making a move was number 21 again. Hunter Murphy. That little guy is just elusive.
Tough. In on the Alex Gorski, in on the tackle for the Garber Dukes, Jeff. But, we don't have the stats for the North Branch team, but I'll tell you what, with the Essexville Garber and North Branch, we're looking at 1,000 yards coming up right here.
Yeah, it's just crazy to see how both of these teams are making it happen tonight. Clock still not a factor. 7 minutes and counting left in the ball game. 1st and 10 for the Broncos from North Branch from the 35-yard line of the Garber Dukes. Back to pass, late pressure coming. Ball down the sidelines, a great adjustment, but just not able to hold the ball in. Mowbray made a great play, and we're going to have a holding penalty that's going to bring it all back anyway. It would not have mattered, and that'll back them up to about the 45-yard line and give them a 1st and 20.
Wow, that was a kind of like a back shoulder, Jeff. He just kind of stopped, and the defender went by him. He just hit him right in the shoulder pads, and he dropped it. But it was all for naught with that holding penalty. And you look at some of the things that have happened in North Branch penalty-wise tonight, Jeff. Really some big plays called back, and unfortunate for the Broncos.
Yeah, it has cost them upwards of 200 yards in offense tonight from plays.
But you know what? You got to be disciplined. You got to take care of that stuff. I know they're a young football team, but you're 8 games into this thing, and those type of things, I said earlier, they're young, but those type of things shouldn't be happening 8 games into the football season.
Not to this magnitude.
No.
They've probably had 100 yards or more in penalties in this football game, and that's just not the formula for success.
That's tough. That's tough to overcome.
As it'll be 1st down and 25 yards to go. That must have been a spot foul. Back to pass. Rutledge sends that thing downfield. It's complete. It looked like it was Mowbray. As he picks up about 15 yards on the play, it will be 2nd down and 10 yards to go. As North Branch just will not go away in this game, Mike.
Well, you know, they do a nice job. The Mayberry and the quarterback, they got a little connection going on right there, Jeff. Hayden and the quarterback. So, you know, it's hard to believe that this team is 0-7, this North Branch team.
Well, when you look at the number of penalties that they have incurred,
true.
that is the difference in probably 3 or 4 victories for your club this year.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They've done some nice stuff tonight, though.
Up to the line they come on 2nd and 10 with the clock running. Again, right up the middle with real estate and more is Hunter Murphy. And Murphy gets down to the 18-yard line.
Flags on the play. Van Sumeren in on the initial tackle, Jeff. I think we're going to have a face mask.
Personal foul, face mask, half the distance of the goal. It'll go down to the 9-yard line and be 1st and goal for North Branch.
This is a wild one.
There's going to be a whole lot of Tide sticks going out tonight. Those hankies are going to have grass stains on them.
Those referees, they're going to go home and tell Mama, can you put this in the washer for me? I got to do a game tomorrow.
You know what? And Mama's going to say, next time, don't get that thing so dirty. You might be able to get 2 days worth of use out of it. Mama's not going to be happy when he comes home and shows that yellow hanky to Mama.
All those green grass stains.
1st and goal. Motion to the wide side. Again, right up the middle is the running back, number 21, Hunter Murphy. And with 6:18 and counting left in the ball game, they are down. Where is this ball going to be marked? At the 8-yard line?
Oh, so you tackle a dude on like the 2-yard line.
So he didn't have the ball.
Oh, I did not see it, Jeff. Even with the binocs, I didn't see it.
It's just too interesting there. They fooled us all on that last play. 2nd down and goal. We know it's from the 8. As things are happening right now, motion to the wide side. Trying to come to the near side of the field. Van Sumeren does a nice job of putting it back inside.
Fumble.
The ball is fumbled on the play, and it looks like the Essexville Garber Dukes have got it. Looked like when Van Sumeren went to make that tackle, he raked the arm away. It loosened the ball up, and it may have come loose, and the Garber Dukes are going to come away with their hands on the football.
4-0 recovered.
Bay City Central with a 42-28 victory over Heritage, keeping their slim playoff hopes alive. They're back to 4-4 on the year.
Ranky stripped it, Jeff, and number 40, Ben Davis, had a wonderful game tonight. He got the fumble recovery. I thought that was a penalty flag. I'm sorry, I was mistaken. That is the football
You're
down
gonna
there.
see those in your sleep tonight.
Oh, man. They've been out a lot.
Yellow hanky ears.
Ranky did a nice job stripping it, and number 40, Davis, with the recovery. Nice job.
Right up the middle. Oh, boy. Coming Bryden Baugh. He's going to go 98 yards. He's at the 40, the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20. Tiptoeing into the end zone. It's an Essexville Garber Duke.
Touchdown.
Put a little icing on the top of the cake. Bryden Baugh says, give me a little oxygen. The Road Runner goes 98 big ones, coast to coast for the score.
Oh. How many? 210 yards on the ground. The last time we checked, 461 in the air. I think I'm going to call Lee Thompson over at the Bay City Times, my friend.
No need. It's a done deal. If anybody had a better week than this, young man, I'm going to tip my cap. That
Sonny
was a thing. Oh, beauty. Yeah, you got a right to come off the field limping. Bryden Baugh, I would have blown a tire at about midfield, but he got into the open field, and he was long gone. Nobody touching that young man.
He wasn't standing by the house by the side of the road.
Ernie would have been proud.
Wee, Sonny.
Van Sumeren going to do the extra point.
Sonny
the 2-point conversion. He's going to run it off the left side. He's sniffing the goal line, looks to be just shy. That conversion is no good, but timeout on the field with a multitude of points. It's 60 for the Garber Dukes and 40 for the North Branch Broncos. Back in a minute as we hope to have this one done by midnight here on Bay County TV.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Yeah. Ben, please.
Wow, you can talk to your app? That's pretty cool.
Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great.
Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike was along with you. You know,
Wow.
It says mom on one way. You turn it upside down, it
says wow.
Holy cow. They have put on a show for the homecoming crowd tonight.
I had the over-under at 98. I'm done. Stick a fork in me.
Yeah, I should have bought the 50-50 instead of you then. Wow, this has just been an incredible football game. Here will be a little pooch kick, and that'll be dropped down at about the 37-yard line. Nice job by one of the middle returners to just grab that thing and flop down on the ground. Boy, I'll tell you right now, when you do the simple math, 5 and 17 left, and they've got to score 3 times in the next 5-17. It can happen.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, things are looking good for the Garber
if you
Dukes.
score, that means you got to give it back to the Dukes. And the way Breidenball right now is, we'll have to find out how many rushing yards he has. What was it again?
210.
210. How much in the air?
461.
461. You'd be cramping up if you ran half that.
Cramping up thinking about it. Boy, think of all those officials tonight, too, having to flag that down. They're going to have to be hopping in a little ice pool tonight. 1st and 10 for North Branch. Rutledge back to pass. He's got time. Nope, that's a handoff up the middle. He even faked us out up here. Only a modest gain on the play, though, as the running back Rutledge. Logan Rutledge was that running back on the play. Gain of a couple of yards on the play. Gorski's had a great game.
You know, he's had a very good game tonight, Jeff. Called his name a lot. Called a lot of good football being played tonight by the Garber Dukes.
No real sense of urgency from North Branch, which surprises me right now. That they're not trying to get to the line quick and call plays to see if they can get downfield. Garber's really packing it in defensively. Rutledge back to throw again. Nope, they're going to try the jet sweep. As he's fooled us twice in a row. They're right at the first down marker. They're going to give him the first down.
Down by 40. And
Davis with another tackle. Davis has really flowed to the sidelines well tonight as well.
He had a really nice football game, Jeff. 4:27. And they stopped the clock to move the chains. Now they started up. 4:20 to go in the football game. The Essexville Garber Dukes 60. It's like a basketball score. North Branch 40.
Well, we got about 30 minutes before we're going to get wet. That first batch went just over the top of us, and we lucked out, but we better have things wrapped up here in quick time. Rutledge now, is he back to pass? Indeed. He's going to throw that thing out on the side, and it's almost intercepted by Davis and then into the hands of the wide receiver. Davis
Mayberry caught it.
Ready to pick that thing off, and it just slithered through the tips.
That's going to be a first down. Good concentration by number 1, Hayden Mayberry, the 12th grade senior wide receiver. And again, number 40, Davis thought he had it, went right through his digits, and a first down for the Broncos. 3:49 and counting to go in the football game, Jeff.
He was ready to pick that thing and do the homecoming dance after that pick.
He had real estate in front of him.
He had a lot of green grass.
Of home.
Oh, boy. Reminds me of a song. 1st and 10 for North Branch. Back to passes Rutledge. Here comes the late pressure, and he is going to get stymied. Nobody open downfield. Great defense by the Garber Dukes, and there'll be a loss on the play back to about the 48-yard line. They're going to call it the 46-yard line, a 5-yard loss on the play. 2nd and 16, Mike, but the clock rolls.
Fernier and number 55, Gorski, did a nice job right there, Jeff. Good penetration, got in there, big loss. 2nd down and 15 at 3 minutes to go in the football game.
Yeah, to get sacked like that is tough, but by the time you bring everybody back, you call that play in from the sidelines, you've lost 35, 40 seconds. And they're going to come up to the line of scrimmage again. Trying the jet sweep. Mabry to the near side of the field, and he does not pick up much. And that clock just continues to tickety-tock.
Yep, it's 2:35 and counting to go, Jeff, and 3rd down and long. What an impressive offensive and defensive showing tonight by the Essexville Garber Dukes.
Boy, I hope we got enough film to roll all this. we have been here forever. We've got we're over 3 hours of airtime right now.
Well, and you did the cross-country meet today, too.
So, and I get to work at 5 in the morning. Other than that, nothing going on at all.
You know what? When you make that kind of money.
Oh, I'm just ready for it. 3rd down and 13 yards to go. Garber trying to finish it off. Rutledge back to pass. He's got some pressure. No, they hand that thing off again. Boy, he has done a nice job of faking lately, and he's still going down the sidelines. He's into the end zone. It is a North Branch Bronco touchdown.
Touchdown. Wow.
Tried to catch the number of that youngster that took off.
That was number 27, I think, Jeff.
Logan Rutledge.
Yep. He's got a little bit of yards under his belt tonight, too.
That offense has put together over 400 yards in offense tonight as well. And again, we talked, they've lost 175 or so in penalties.
60-46. Don't know if I've ever been part of a football game with this much scoring.
Now, this is an 8-man score. This isn't an 11-man score. Coy with the extra point. Coe gets it up, and it's good. Timeout on the field is a $1:51 left in this eternity of a football game. The Garber Dukes on top, 60-47. We'll take a break and be back for what we hope is a quick last $1:51 here on BCTV. Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. The last $1:51. Good. We know there's rain coming, so we're going to try and get this one done in a hurry. If the Garber Dukes can pick up one first down, we can knock this last $1:51 out of the way. We're going to have an onside kick now. The good hands people are all up close. As that ball takes a crazy hop, and it gets down, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds. A big break for the Essexville Garber Dukes as North Branch got a great bounce on that onside kick. And when that bounce goes high and it goes up over the first line of defense, then they've got a chance to get it. But it'll be 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line for the Garber Dukes, as the radar says that rain is upon us. We got to get this game done so we can get those 2 valuable pieces outside in, and I don't mean the camera equipment. I mean Jared and Natalie Doan.
Well, you got to go home and get your beauty sleep tonight. You got to go to work tomorrow.
I'll get a short nap before work, but it's worth it to watch the Garber Dukes put on a clinic like this offensively. I think you're going to see a run here. That goes to show what I know. They get that ball to Yapich, and Yapich comes down to the 39-yard line.
Yapich, he's had a nice game tonight.
Coach Coke Willard says, Jeff, don't ever try and outthink me. I've got this
after all
these
years, there's a reason why you're sitting up here, brother.
Why do you tell me that every week, Coach? Because it's true.
It's true. Because I can.
Oh, my. We should stop trying to prognosticate because we are just not good.
We've been doing this 25 years. We haven't been right once.
And so the Garber Dukes are going to take their time offensively. They are not going to snap the ball until the last possible second. Van Sumeren now will be running that shotgun. They got to get this thing off quick. As they get it off with a half second left, Van Sumeren's going to cut to the outside. Nobody wants to tackle him. He's going to pound it down and inside. Minute and 5 left in this football game.
Good, smart decision staying in bounds, too, Jeff. You know, he could have easily ran out of bounds. He got knocked out of bounds. He went down, keep that clock running under a minute now.
This will be the last play of the game. By the time they start this ready for play and they run this play, I will guarantee you that white hat will not start the ready for play until there's at least 24 seconds left in the game. They're going victory here.
Yep.
With 32 seconds left, they are now going to snap it. And they'll be under 25 seconds.
Yep.
So we're going to count it down.
Wow. That was a fun football game.
That was an exhausting game. The officials got extra mileage out of it. But you look right now down to the last few seconds of the clock. As we look in with 5 seconds left. That's all there is.
There isn't any more.
The final score in our ball game, the Essexville Garber Dukes on homecoming with a 60-47 victory over North Branch. We'll take a quick break and come back to put the wraps on this marathon right after this on Bay County TV. Back with a post-game show here on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with you. I'll tell you what, the Abacus was smoking tonight from the offensive numbers. Give us some stats.
Well, Jeff, Justin Sivak, the statistician for the Essexville Garber Dukes, just gave me a whole bunch of numbers. I'll do the best I can to, but they were high, and you got to give it your hats off to Breidenbaugh. He had an excellent football game, 6 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing. He was 28 of 39 for 465 yards in the air, 16 rushing attempts for 210 yards. You do the math, Jeff. That's 675 yards worth of total offense.
Wow.
That was absolutely incredible. Van Sumeren had 13 catches for 160 yards, 3 TDs and a rushing TD. Jopic had 7 for 94 and a TD. Jacob Denham had 4 receptions for 82 yards in a TD. So offensively, I'll tell you what a machine tonight by the Essexville Garber Dukes.
In all your years, Coach, have you ever seen one person put up
Never.
that numbers? I have not either.
No, we've been
in
doing
high
this,
school.
Yeah, we've been doing this a long time from the Mackinac Bridge and everywhere down south. We have not seen a young man put up those numbers before. That was impressive. Congratulations.
Couldn't have picked a better time to do it in front of a jam-packed house here for homecoming.
Yep.
Everybody left homecoming happy, including the King and, well, the Duke.
The Duke and the Duchess. Duke, Ben Van Sumeren, and the Duchess, Kayla Anthony, they were absolutely ecstatic. Defensively, Mogler had 9 tackles, 1 for a loss. Jeff Garwick had 14 tackles tonight. And then Fernier had 10 tackles, 2 for a loss, and 2 sacks. So, you know what? Offensively, they were clicking. Defensively, they were clicking. They were just doing a great job tonight with the Dukes.
This was a lot of fun to see tonight, and very seldom do you see an non-8-man football game put up this kind of offensive numbers, and give North Branch credit because they gave Garber all that they could handle tonight, but penalties were their demise.
Yeah, they had a lot of penalties at very critical points, and they were big penalties, Jeff. We weren't talking 5 yards or 6 yards. There was a lot of penalties. Unfortunately, that kind of hurt the Broncos a little bit, but you know what? 60 points in a high school football game, that's tough to come back from.
Well, that about puts the wraps on a week number 8 game. Homecoming, a big success for the faithful here at Essexville Garber. Coach, another fun time sitting next to you as always.
Well, we get to do it one more time during the regular season, Jeff. We got a big one next week. We got to go back to Bay City Central, and the old rivalry is going to start up again. The Western Warriors are coming over to Ingle Stadium to take on the Wolves, and it doesn't matter what the records are with those two teams, Jeff. They're going to play. Always a pleasure to hang out with you, and looking forward to seeing you again next week.
Well, we know that All Saints is in the playoffs. With 2 wins, you're going to find the John Glenn Bobcats in the playoffs, and with a win next week, Bay City Central at 5-4 at least stands a chance. Yeah. So that would be half the teams in Bay County with an opportunity to get to the postseason.
Well, and we're hoping we can get there to do some games on BCTV, but, you know, it's hard to believe week 8. We've had a lot of fun, and it just goes by so fast. the anticipation is we're looking forward to it, but boy, does it fly by when we're doing the games.
Another awesome job by Jared and Natalie Doan. Outside, they got things broke down before the potential for rain hits.
Yep.
And the maestro orchestrating our show, Nick Page. Another superb job, young man. It's a pleasure to work by your side. Jared says it's time to go.
We got to thank a couple people before we go.
Let's do it.
Dave Schwartz, the athletic director here, Tim Hoffman, the principal, Matt Cortez, the superintendent, and as always, the Garber Athletic Club. We appreciate their support, and we couldn't do it without them.
Village Towing also,
Yes.
special thanks to their support of the game. That about puts the wraps on things. Have a great night all. We'll see you next week at Central.
See you next week.